Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to opening night here at Runeterra's first weekly tournament, first of four. My name is Tajigar, Taj for short, on the desk, joined by the amazing Miles David, here to bring you our first round tonight between Stun Gaming Chaos and Zenigma. Miles, how are you feeling about this tonight?
I'm feeling good, definitely, especially since we have two teams with storied histories against each other. They've been clashing before in the past, so this is the culmination of their fight against each other, and we'll see who's gonna come out on top, and it should be exciting.
Yep. Last time they faced, Zenigma did come out on top, so I'm sure that Stunned smells blood in the water and want to try to get back at them for that. We are getting into Champ Select as we speak. It is Stunned on the blue side, Zenigma on the red side. And the first ban will be targeting, I would call technically still priority pick, but certainly not as much. It will be the Udyr band by the side of Stunned.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Udyr's still good despite all the nerfs, despite even the nerf to Camp Tank. He just clears. He still clears pretty fast, and that's kind of what you want in this jungle meta right now. The Diana and Rumble being banned too, so Stun is pretty much just concentrating on the junglers right now. They're trying to ban that out, take out all the meta picks. I'm assuming they're gonna first pick Morgana actually because of this.
Yep, and there it is. You called it. Three junglers banned out by Stunned because Ryan Miles, the jungler for Zenigma, is one of their power players. They want to take his agency out of the game, and so no surprise they banned a bunch of junglers. For the side of Zenigma, it was a Varus, Lee Sin, Darius ban, so a bit more of a what do we call it? A variety pack, if you want to say.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Ryan Miles, he has good taste in names, I'd have to say. Excuse me, but anyway, we've got Jhin being picked. It's being hovered, and to those who don't know, Zenigma's ADC, Mr. Blue Vapor, is an extremely good Jhin player. 70% win rate on that champ right now. Both teams' ADCs are actually, I'd have to say, the star players of both teams. So the fact that he's the one getting Jhin should bode well for Zenigma at least.
And I'm thinking Zenigma saw this Morgana pick coming because they didn't ban Jhin despite having the second pick of the draft. And then that's why they banned the Varus. You take away the Jhin from Blue Vapor and you get it for your own ADC. In this case, it is PVS. But then you're banning away Varus, the second most played champ on Blue Vapor, and forcing him to go deeper into his champ pool. And it will be the Jinx locked in for the side of Stunned.
I mean, Blue Vapor looking through his OP.GG. We reference his history, people, but yeah, this guy, he also plays Jinx, and Jinx is probably one of the best meta ADCs too. He's just very strong on the hyper carry along with the Kog'Maw right now. I'd say she's not completely S tier, maybe A tier, because I think there are other good picks, and they're pairing it with the Karma. I love this. I love the fact that Jinx is being paired with an enchanter. I see so often that a lot of teams will decide to just pair Jinx with a playmaking support, and you really want to give Jinx the support she needs to succeed. And if you do that, it should go really well. Seraphine being hovered already, and this is a flex pick actually between Zenigma's mid laner and support. Both of them play Seraphine, so this can still go either way.
Yep, Moonstone Seraphine, Resident Sleeper. Okay, it will be the Kassadin banned away by Zenigma, and that's an interesting ban you don't see come out too often. But wait, what? Stunn's mid laner is very comfortable on that champion. 56% win rate with 88 games played. So I would say no surprise they're taking him out of the pool.
I mean, yeah, definitely. You want to be able to start targeting the solo lanes of Stunned. I'd say if you're Zenigma, all of them are picked. For Zenigma, they still can flex a Seraphine, so they still have some options. But Stunned, they're pretty much drawn to have to blind pick their solo lanes per se. Oh wait, they probably don't have to blind pick their solo lane. They can get at least one guy. What am I talking about?
Yep, it will be. Oh, there it is, targeting solo lanes. We see the Wukong, the second ban in the second phase for the side of Zenigma. Gangplank, top lane being targeted by Stunned as well. We'll see if it looks like they're assuming this is a Seraphine mid because they think it's already locked in. They're going to target the Nautilus, a support pick. So they certainly think this is Seraphine mid.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen Zenigma's mid laner play a lot more Seraphine than their support. So it's probably safe to assume that it is going to the mid lane. And it's a pretty safe pick that can really do well in supporting the team, especially Kindred. and the Jhin, who should be fine scaling up to the late game. Late game Jhin can just burst people out completely, and late game Kindred is also something that people have to be wary of. And the Braum being picked for the bot lane. Interesting.
Mm-hmm. And there's their front line. Okay, I am a real badger for front lines. If you don't have a front line, I don't like your team comp. So I'm glad we're seeing something come out in that regard over on the side of Enigma. But right now it's mainly just, the Braum in the front, and then the Jhin and the Kindred in the back dealing damage with the Seraphine. I'd love to see some sort of another melee come out, some sort of fighter for the side of Enigma.
I'd agree. Either that or some kind of split pusher for Enigma, possibly. I think that Jhin, Kindred, Seraphine, Braum can be good as a 4-man unit for disengaging if they try to go onto them. And it will be good if they have a split pusher or, as you said, another frontliner. It will depend on the kind of team count they want to go for, whether they want to go for a 1-4 or if they want to just go for a 5v5. And we know where Stun's going. They want to go for that 5v5.
Yep. We'll see the Poppy locked in after the Orianna for the side of Stunned. That would be a Poppy top, I'm assuming. And I think this may be because Izumi, the top lane for Zenigma, is rather enthusiastic about, there it is, the Camille and the Riven picks. So that Poppy immediately has that heavy counterplay into Camille, who relies so heavily on that hookshot.
Yeah, I mean, Izumi and Alphexus kind of have different styles, I'd have to say, when it comes to the chance they like to pick. I'm not surprised that they decided to go with the Camille for Zenigma. He's very comfortable on that champ. Of course, Poppy, I think, was picked in anticipation of this pick, and Camille will have a hard time getting onto her, of course. But, in the late game, you want that Camille to be split pushing, and eventually, Poppy will fall off. She will not be able to 1v1 the Camille. So, as I said, here's the 4-1 split from Zenigma.
I will say in the setup, it does look like it'll be all in all front to back for the side of both teams. Should they get into a 5v5, you have the Braum standing up front. The only exception probably is that Camille, who might be trying to dive the back, get on top of that Jinx. But like you mentioned earlier, you have the Karma there, ready to protect her, and she's going to make Izumi's job in that respect so much more difficult.
Yeah, the thing that's weird about both teams, I'd have to say, is that something I'm not used to seeing is that the fact that they don't really have too much hard engage on either side.
Yeah.
Because usually a lot of teams will prefer to have hard engage. That's pretty much what teams decide to go for if they decide to go for 5v5. Instead, we see both teams that kind of want to peel back, that kind of want to be able to disengage and let their AD carries do the heavy lifting. And I think that's indicative of both team styles, considering that the ADCs are both of their star players.
Yeah, and on top of the hard engage, a hard engage pairs very well with an Orianna pick. You got your express shockwave delivery, but we don't really have anybody capable of that except for the Poppy, who's going to probably, dive in there with the E, maybe even with a Karma Shield to give her a bunch of speed. But apart from that, it's going to be Neoshot going to have to be not Neoshot, pardon me. Blue side, red side. Okay. Wait, what? On the Orianna, it's going to have to be relatively precise with that shockwave if he wants to catch out these carries, the Jhin and the Kindred, out and burst them down in a second.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I see Poppy less of a engaged person, but she can be played that way. It's just going to be a bit harder. I see Poppy a lot more as a disengage and a peeler type of tank. But yeah, as you said, she can be the one to go in first with the Karma shields. The Morgana can be the one to protect the Jinx. So, there's a lot of ways they'll be able to play team fight. Well, Zen, they're kind of locked into making sure the Camille gets fed enough, have pressure in the split push, and the four champions here, Jhin, Kindred, Seraphine, Braum, they have to be able to survive, and they have tools to do it. They have a lot of good disengage with the Seraphine ult and the Braum ult in order to be able to do that, stay back and deal as much damage as they can.
Yep. Now, I will be absolutely infuriated if we do not see either team pick up any form of grievous wounds here. You have a Karma, a Morgana, a Seraphine, a Camille likely building, I wouldn't be surprised. No, I don't. Do you think we'll see a Sunder come out of this Camille, or maybe a Trinity Force build?
I think Trinity Force is just a lot better right now, honestly. Because Divine Sunder just not a good item in general, and not very gold efficient too. And you know what item I would like to see actually coming out from Zenigma? It would be a Serpent's Fang.
Yep. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, Karma, Ori, Poppy, even the Morgana. Well, no, it doesn't affect Morgana shields. Never mind.
No,
but yeah,
no, it does not. But yeah, the Serpent's Fang would be something I'd like to see. Either Jhin or Kindred could decide to pick that up and be an absolute nuisance for the enemy team. But yeah, we do have interesting game plans for both teams. I feel like it's very rare for me to be casting two team fight comps, or rather two comps that will be able to fight each other, but they have like they're both disengaged. So
Yeah.
it's gonna be a weird team fight to be able to it's kind of weird, but it's interesting to see how teams with the same style will kind of fight each other. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yep. Well, there it is. Two rather unorthodox comps, but I can assure you that will not take away from the exciting action that is coming up. We'll get right back to you with this first round of Runeterra Academy's opening night tournament right after this short break.
Get real. Motherfucker, I'm ill.
Welcome to the League of Legends. Prepare for battle. I'll start ahead. The battle has begun.
What's their position? Give me the coordinates.
Armored ready.
First blood.
Reporting in.
Triple kill. You are dominating. An ally has reconnected. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
Pulsar back online. Ezreal, do you require a map?
No.
Finish them quickly.
I grant you my
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Arcane shift enabled. True shot barrage charged. Essence flux armed. Mystic shot armed. Minions have spawned. Stop! You must destroy us. All of us. You are unstoppable. Killing spree. Your nexus is at 75% health. Enemy triple kill. Your inhibitor is under attack.
I'll take that.
You are godlike. Shut down. Your nexus is at 50% health.
Why, thank you. Too easy.
Quadra kill.
God axes need victims.
You are on a rampage.
Smooth.
I also hear the songs of the dead.
Enemy pentakill.
Welcome to Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen, on this opening night in the first weekly tournament of Runeterra Academy. Here with Team Stunned Gaming Chaos on the blue side, going up against Enigma on the red side. Bit of a grudge match. I'm Tajigar, or Taj for short, on the desk, joined by Miles David, and we're looking to get into this exciting round one. Miles, any thoughts going into this early game?
Well, before I can talk about the early game, looks like we have an invade
Yeah.
going on, and Braum
PBS.
leading the charge. PBS has to get out of there.
Ooh.
Oh,
That's not good. That's going to miss. No stun coming through from the autos, and they double ward it. Feels bad, man.
the team synergy is right there, as you can see.
Yep.
All right,
Izumi
a
taking
bit
some
rusty
pressure.
there.
Yep.
A bit rusty there, I have to say, but yeah, that was an interesting attempt. They could have probably gotten a flash out of Jinx if the Braum Q had connected.
Mhm.
Fortunately, it didn't. But yeah, all right. So the counter invade towards the top lane. At least they're gonna get more intel for themselves, and both junglers probably gonna start on opposite sides of the map. Morgana definitely wants to start with her blue so that she can
Mhm.
make sure to keep her mana up during her clears. And she has one of the fastest clear times in the game. We have a late invade actually coming from this Enigma.
It will be
They're
spotted,
going
though.
for
They,
the red.
they have the wards. They're going to see this.
Yeah,
So they're going to take and that ward up placed in the top side jungle. That stun placed down. That's going to be all for naught because they're not going to see the jungler. But they will see this, so they know we're starting anyway. Okay.
yeah, definitely. So they will go for the invade. We'll see if anything more comes out of that. But yeah, in the bot lane, meanwhile, we have some we have Jinx and Karma getting the first push in, so they will have priority in that bot side, and Kindred will have to watch out just in case because they can rotate easily to help the jungler if need be, if any fight breaks out there in the bot side. And Karma is trying to go back. They know Kindred's still sticking around. He's going for a full clear. They might actually split the map. In this case, Morgana might decide to go for the red on the top side instead.
Yield
case-
vert clear. Yeah. Oh, but there's gank in the middle. Wait, what? Brought very low. No kill coming through, however. No flash blown either.
Yeah, but that means Kindred's gonna go for a triple buff instead. Morgana, she has no clamps there on the bot side,
Yep.
and Kindred might be able to just outpace her in that regard. They're prepared for this Enigma. They know what to do against the Morgana apparently.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Though, with that being said, Kubix on the Morgana, I'll read off the rosters in a moment, is already double the CS of Ryan Miles on the Kindred. Granted, it's very early game, so it's, not going to amount to much really at the moment.
You're gonna catch up, I think.
Yeah,
Catch
yeah.
up, I think. And Morgana's in trouble actually. She doesn't have priority in the bot side, and has to be careful there, just in
Yeah.
case. Kubix with the he's getting triple buff, so Kubix is gonna run out of
Goodness.
resources very soon and has to immediately just go for the scuttle instead. Things are going down. They see this coming.
Yeah,
He wants to
Ryan-
execute it over the buff, I think.
Oh, it will be taken by Ryan Miles. A beautiful smite coming through. Kubix's smite ready to go as well, but Kubix will take the blue buff, and now G-Dog is looking to get in here. There's a root coming through from Neoshot on the Seraphine. First blood going over to that champion on the mid laner. Blue Vapor rooted up on the Jhin, and the bot lane will get away safely, but it is first blood going over to Zenigma.
That was just really well played by Sinigma, honestly. They baited Morgana into having to do that. Gibbix didn't really have a choice other than to contest and try to get something out of it. Otherwise, she would fall very far behind. She doesn't have anything to clear right now. Look at that. But I think she will at least be able to get the double scuttle on the Kindred, who's trying to clear as much of his scams as possible. But the fact that she fallen behind on tempo is already really good for the Kindred, who wants to get either even or ahead in this jungle matchup. Because if he goes behind, it's pretty much unplayable. But now he definitely has a chance to start taking over this game.
Yeah, as you said, their CS is now evened up, and that seems to be a similar story all over the map. CS even practically in bot, mid, and top lanes for the moment. And top lane is pushed in favor of Stun. Kubix now might get caught again, trading autos with two mages trading autos. Oh boy, that's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. All right, so
That's double scuttle.
Yeah, the double scuttle did take place at least, so Morgana is able to take control of that. But like I said, she's gonna fall behind eventually.
Well, actually, no. Remember, Ryan stole the bot scuttle away, and Kubix Kubix got the blue buff. So it's actually they traded scuttles.
Oh right, yeah. I completely forgot about that. Okay, so it's not a double scuttle. It just looked like it was, but
it was close. Yeah.
It was close. Yeah, if we had a replay, definitely we would probably pick that up. But during the first blood, but yeah, so far the fight between these two junglers is very interesting because we've been pretty much been plagued by Udyr and Hecarim all game, where people are just basically faster. Everyone just goes there and that. Just faster the whole jungle and fight each other when the scuttle comes up, and we got to see an interesting variation of what teams can do with that, especially with a new pick like the Morgana and PBS.
PBS getting caught out in front. Ryan Miles going in. Root will not land because of the flash. Teleport was channeled. It's Neoshot coming through. The root lands from the Seraphine, and it's a second kill going over to Neoshot. Addy forced away. Ignite is ticking. He will survive, and Kubix is just too late on the queue to make something happen. But as I say that, a root lands. Wait, what? Going in. Shockwave ready to go, but it's a flash coming out from Neoshot. It does not land. Wait, what? Being chipped away by Ryan Miles. Auto attacks on the Kindred. A root comes out from Kubix. It's going to buy them some time, and it is only one kill surrendered by Stun over to Zenigma, and that is the second kill now for Neoshot of the day.
I'm really impressed by what Sinigma's doing. They're the ones making the plays. They're the ones doing the proactive stuff against the enemy team. And the fact that they're doing that means that they're getting a lead with regards to tempo. They're getting so much out of this, honestly. Even though they gave up a lot of flashes to try and catch the Orianna, even though they probably didn't need to. That's probably the one way that Stun Chaos Gaming can decide to get back into this game, attacking that bot side now that Jhin and Braum are more vulnerable.
Now that was 3 teleports used. The only one now on the Rift with teleport is Alphexis, Stun's top laner on the Poppy. And speaking of him, he's picked up the Bramble Vest, so that's going to be good going into Izumi on the Camille. And it seems like he has, in general, been pushing that lane in the whole game.
Yeah, definitely. He's been doing pretty good on this Poppy, I have to say. But now they have the opportunity to make a play since he does have the TP, and I'd like to see them be able to do that. They're on that bot side where there is a vulnerable spot. But so far, Zen Neoshot, we haven't talked about the mid lane much because it's kind of a boring matchup for Seraphine. But Neoshot's been doing a really good roaming around, getting priority over that mid lane. I'm not sure if it's because Seraphine mid is just overpowered right now. He's been getting priority, and because of that, they're able to make all these plays happen in the bot side of the map. I have to say, Neoshot's been very essential to every single one of these kills. Every single one of these 2 kills. Pretty
because
slow,
he got them. Yeah.
Yeah, he got them.
Yep. That's gonna be now. We have a top lane pushing in favor of Zenigma up in the top lane. The opposite is the story down here in bot. CS
Top lane the island, right?
to top lane island. Yep. You'll notice that both top laners do not have their team's clan tags, and yeah, top island. They're completely separate from their team. That's how it is.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean, usually we see it's the ADCs that are, when it comes to like super high level, when it comes to the pro scene, it's the ADCs that are left on the island, left to farm, get their items, and supports are in the top lane trying to gank the enemy top laner. But right now, it looks like both are settled into 2v2 because, you know, if your best players are the ADC, make sure to protect them, make sure they get the resources.
Yep. So first dragon, the Cloud, taken by Enigma, but Kubix is now hard at work on that Rift Herald as we speak, and it will be claimed. So that is that top side objective going over to Stunned. To see where they want to put that down to try and crack open a turret, get a plate or two to one of their lanes. Do you have any idea where they might want to look to place that?
Jinx. Definitely give it to the Jinx
Bot lane?
in order to, definitely give it to the Jinx in order to accelerate what she can do and especially get more tempo down there. Otherwise, they can just possibly just keep getting ganked over and over again. You definitely don't want your most powerful, or the thing you built around to be behind, you know? Jinx definitely has to be the one to carry this game. She's the one who's going to have the damage in the late game, and they have all the tools to support her, you know? So, that's what I want to see coming from them.
More trades in bot lane. Root will land. G-Dog sucking up some damage for his ADC, but he might get rooted in the process. PBS chucking away, but look how low Adi is on the Karma. There's a kill going over to the Braum. Now it's just a chase down. The Jinx chasing the Braum. Ryan Miles, however, is here hanging out in the bush. They have a control ward. Kubik might not see this coming. Here comes the fight. The Chillings might come out as the Soul shackles. Kubik splashes to try to stay in range. Does get the stun, but Land Fight will keep Ryan Miles alive. And no PVS. This will be the end. Neo shot on a killing spree. 3 kills now on him. And that was, what was that? 3 for 1? A 3 for 1. Stun finally getting their first kill at the cost of 3. And it's their bot lane who might now fall. You know, you don't want to see that. Like we just said, the Jinx is so important. But now it just went down.
Yeah, but that was so close. The margins were so paper thin there. If that was the fourth shot onto the Kindred, I think definitely Kindred would have died. But that was very well played by G-Dog and Ryan, able to get themselves away from the Jhin in time, kiting him back up just in time for Seraphine to be able to roam. As you said, wait, what's kind of stuck in the lane, not having priority. They're not being able to help her team, but that was very close. I think that definitely could have ended up with PVS just getting a triple, and the game could have immediately flipped on its head, honestly.
This is something I actually haven't mentioned yet, but I've seen this twice now. Conqueror Jinx, is that a thing now? Because, you know, I'm used to PTA, but...
I'm used to lethal tempo. We all have
okay, there you go.
We all have different ideas. We all have different ideas on how Jinx to play. From what I know, lethal tempo is the most common thing used on Jinx. I'm not completely sure if that's a misclick, because that's what I see the pros decide to run on Jinx. So I don't know. I think there's just more value in the auto attacks from Jinx, especially when she gets excited and starts becoming basically a machine gun, like her ability. And so there's a lot more value. And Zumi has to be careful about the walls.
Yep.
Those angles.
Can Poppy eat into... Oh, hook shot comes out. Izumi, there's a Hextech ultimatum. Neo shot looking to back them up. Does not have ultimate ready to go. However, Izumi will be caught up, knocked up, but it's not enough to get the kill. Onto effects on the Poppy. Flash coming out from wait, what? But Izumi flashes in return. And it will be an unanswered kill for the side of Zenigma up in the top lane.
Man, all of Zenigma plays look really close. It looked like they could die any moment, but they just get out. They just get away. They can't keep getting away with this stage, but they do, unfortunately, for the side of Stunned Chaos. But yeah, that was very close. It was a good play from them, and they're just owning the map right now, being able to get the rope on. And Stunned are stuck reacting, and their reactions are not giving them any favors. Honestly, they're trying to get more pressure here onto this bot side in order to answer the top lane, but I don't think they're gonna get more than a plate. And here comes Izumi.
Look at that flank Neo shot with that double charm. Trying both of them. It's Izumi cleaning them up. Goodness. Double kill going over to Izumi on the Camille. Another kill going over to Neo shot on the Seraphine. Sleeper matchup in the mid lane. I don't know what you're talking about. Neo shot is carrying right now. But not
he did buy the Ludens.
Last hitting.
Yeah, definitely. He bought the Ludens. He's not going for a Moonstone build. He is going for that straight up damage Seraphine build with scaling AP, and they Izumi and Neoshot just teleported onto the same ward at the same time and flanked the enemy team. They're just doing super well around the map now. This match is going. It's not going the way I expected. Zenigma are just owning Stun Seed in every way possible, and they're doing it from red side too. And for those who don't know, Zenigma, apparently they had pretty much 0% win rate on red side until the last time they faced against Stunned Chaos, where they actually were able to get the game off. Finally. But yeah, Zenigma just playing really well, and it looks like Stunned Chaos are just caught on the back foot already. It's like they're trying to react to whatever Enigma are trying to do. But it's just not proving to be successful. They need to be the ones to make the plays too, and it's not working out for them.
Yep. And yeah, you were talking about reactive, proactive gameplay. I want to say that was beautiful reactive gameplay coming up from this Enigma. We saw the bot lane was pushed up in favor of Stunned, and we saw Kubix there with Rip Herald. Looked like it's trying to hang out, waiting for the right time to pop it. But then it was a beautiful double TP coming from Neoshot and Azubi that completely shut them down.
Yeah, I'm not completely sure if they actually prepped for that. They knew that they had to make a play in the bot fight, but the board was there for Zen G-Dog set that up perfectly. And you know, if you have the opportunity, you just take it. And they did. The jungler does get some gold, but that's it. That's all you're able to get, and that's definitely not enough if you want to get this Jinx snowballing. Already, Jin is trying to set up a freeze here in the bot lane to try to put this Jinx behind further, and that's gonna be nightmares to break.
Yep. 2 mythics now complete in the game. It will be the Luden's Tempest, not the Moonstone, on the Seraphine. So Neoshot is going for the carry, and it is Izumi building the Divine Sunderer, which honestly, you know, I think we talked about this a little before, it may have been off stream, but you said you like the Trinity Force better at the current moment than the Divine Sunderer. But honestly, you know, you can afford to buy a Divine Sunderer here because I think that's really going to help your split push.
Yeah.
Because I think it's just going to be more damage on the turrets with the Spellblade procs. Ryan Miles forced to pop the Lamb's Respite down the bot lane. Teleport channeled by Alphexus, but he is late to the party. Look at all those traps. Woo!
Yeah, definitely. All right, so they tried to make a proactive play in the bot lane. They're at least able to get the turret, so that's good for them. They're trying to deny CS4 for Jin to be able to pick up. Blue Vapor's not going to be happy about that, of course, but that gives some free time for Izumi to just keep going on to this turret. And Divine, we're talking about the Divine Sunder. I still think Triforce is better. But after you putting Izumi on split push duty forever and not intending this Camille to join the team fight whatsoever, then I guess Divine Sunder can do really well in that regard.
Yep, and that's first turret going over to the side of Stun and the Jinx. Unfortunately, it was about a minute and a half after the plates had fallen, so they couldn't get full value out of that. Wait, what? Wave ahead in the mid lane. No mana raid to go. Chilling Smite Shockwave will miss, and this looks like it will be a kill. It is going over to Ryan Miles on the Kindred, who has right now finished his mythic, the Gale Force. The Gale Force also on Blue Vapor.
I have to say, I'm just really impressed by Zenigma's response to this Morgana getting picked. This Kindred, Ryan on this Kindred has been just doing wonders, working around whatever Morgana wants to do. They're tracking her extremely well, and because of that, Kubix is basically not free to do anything. She lost like her half of her jungle in the first 2 minutes, and immediately from there things started snowballing. And okay, that was a close. They could have been a steal.
It was not. Addy stepping forward gets a bit of chip damage, but it's not going to amount too much in the end. Kubix, be careful here. Will land the charm. Black Shield does not come out in time. It's a kill over to Ryan Miles. He's on a killing spree. And this game looks like it is stacking further and further in the favor of Zmidgen.
Yep, definitely. 1-1-1 across the board on the kill feed.
Oh, yeah.
But there we go. But yeah, 11-1. Things are just not looking good for Enigma. They have to hope for a 5v5 eventually. Okay. Or to get someone caught out like that. But the flash, Ryan Miles just gonna get the hell out of there. He's gonna play it safe, immediately flashing away. But yeah, at this point, Stun need to find either a pick or a 5v5 that just falls into their favor.
I mean, you know, Zenigma is up about 4,500 gold at this point, and you know, we're getting to that point of the game that I hate to see, when it's not really a game of skill, it's just who has the bigger stat stick. And at this point, you know, Zenigma is so much further ahead that it's basically item level diff. It doesn't matter how good Stun played his team fights, as long as Enigma doesn't make any crucial big mistakes, they're going to take it every time.
Oh yeah, definitely. I do agree with you in that regard. And here comes the curtain call. Right. And he's not going to be hitting anything there, but
yeah. Right, here we go. All 5 on both teams converging around this Dragon Pit. This could be the crucial moment that Stun has been waiting for. We'll see how it turns out. Dragon is already below half health. Kubix is not in any position to... Oh, that's one steal! Super Mega Death Rocket coming through with a Super Mega win. It's Mountain Dragon claimed by the side of Stun. It's a beautiful steal from PBS.
Oh, why would Riot do this? Why would they uncap the damage on the monsters from the Super Mega Deathlock? Jinx is able to easily deal almost 2,000 damage with that thing and can easily just outsmite even a fed jungler, which Kindred is right now. So it looks like the duty falls to Jinx not to be able to get those. She is the only one with a kill on the side side of Sun Chaos Gaming. Actually, I just noticed that right now. Everyone else has pretty much been having a hard time of it. I wouldn't say Alphexus has had a bad laning phase, I'd have to say. It's just that everywhere on the map things went on fire. And there's nothing much he could do in that regard. And this Morgana is just not paying off. It's just not paying off for the side of Sun Chaos Gaming.
Nope, that absolutely not. Mythics completed practically across the board with the exception of Alphexus in the top lane and Adi on the Karma. Pardon me. And it's, Izumi is 5 CS ahead, but has already completed Divine Sunder and Tiamat, so that kind of tells you that, at this point, it's just the entire map is going the way of Enigma.
Yeah, pretty much.
They're
Honestly,
even, they're not even.
Yeah, Camille did get the plates, plus she was able to get all those kills for herself, so Izumi is pretty much very far ahead right now, and honestly, this comes back to the decision making that the Gibbix had to go through. He was invaded. He had to go through a late invade, and he had to either clear his jungle and then go immediately towards the red on the top side of the map. Or he was risking losing all his buffs, or losing his other buff to the Kindred. So, I really think what Gibbix should have done was just split the map, honestly, between the and northern quadrants. But as I say that, here's a fight.
Getting some action. Ryan Miles going on the aggress. Kubix will fall. Another kill going over to Ryan Miles. Addy forced to try to get away with just barely any health. Neil shot will land slow. Blue Vapor comes in to mop up the kill. That's 2 more kills going over to the side of Enigma. And to answer your question, JK in chat, Ryan Miles is sitting on 6 stacks on the Kindred.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. We were so concentrated on the early game, I forgot about the Kindred marks. That's my bad. Sorry about that. But this is a free dragon. The jungler is dead. Might as well go for it, and the snowball should continue from there. And I'd just like to see. At this point, I'm just interested to see how well Enigma is able to close out this game, because it feels effectively over at this point, especially since the scaling for both teams are good, and right now Enigma is just too far ahead.
Yep, sitting at 7.5 thousand gold. Baron just picked up. With that Baron, I think Izumi's split push is going to be practically unstoppable.
Definitely.
Get them some prio down in the bot lane, in these side lanes, and get ready for this third dragon coming up. Does anybody need 2 more to claim that Mountain Soul, which is honestly, certainly not the most valuable soul this game, in my humble opinion.
I mean, at this point, you're just so far ahead, it doesn't really matter. But if they're able to get the steals, of course, then that'll be insanely valuable for them to get those resistances up. Yeah, of course. But yeah, the split push just might be too much to deal with. They can go into their 4-1 split pushing unit as soon as they can. Kindred is kind of untouchable right now, especially with 6 marks. You kind of at least need 4 on Kindred to be able to kite people out. And the fact that Ryan has 6 marks means that it's just so hard to get on top of this Kindred, especially since they don't really have the engage tools to get on top of him. They do have the Poppy, and that's pretty much it.
Yep. Kubix, your W didn't land on that big raptor. You're not going to get your cooldown reduction. What are you doing, man?
Almost got stolen too. Here is the 4-1 split push, as I said, already set in motion.
And I just don't think Alphexus can match this at all. If Izumi gets that precision protocol, second cast ready to go, hook shots right in with that Divine Sunder, and you're just going to be chunking Alphexus like crazy.
Yeah, meanwhile, they can try to fire onto the 4-man unit here, but then G-Dog just has to put his shield up, and there's not much they can do in that regard. There is, of course, a chance that Kubix goes for a flash into all 4 of them and uses his ultimate along with a stopwatch.
Uh-oh, Alphexus caught. There's the stun, but you don't know the entire rest of the team is there. Keeper's Verdict sends them all the way back towards the jungle, and Alphexus buys himself back his life. Blue Vapor looking for engage. The Black Shield will ensure that Kubix does not get rooted. Blue Vapor did use Gale Force there, so if they want to try to make a quick engage happen, they can catch him without that mobility tool, but that does not look like it'll be the case.
Ah man, that was a flashback for me. I've seen so many Kindreds try to tower dive and immediately fail and give up their lead. I was really worried for Ryan there for a second, but he manages to get out barely just in time for the third tower shot. And PVS, I don't think he's going to be able to steal this one because no one is taking the dragon at the moment.
Yep.
And Kindred is on that right now. So there goes the possibility of a steal.
Will that be Ryan's? I think this dragon might be 7th mark. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how the marks work with the dragons.
Yeah,
There's a
7
charm
mark. Okay.
landing, and it's a
Okay.
charm 2 combo. Leaving your dead. Kubix lands a group onto G-Dog. In the back line is Alphexis. That's going to be a kill going over to stun. Finally, it is Neo Shot falling. It is now Blue Vapor chipping away from the back line on the Jin. G-Dog will provide some heal for him. 2 kills now answered on the side of Zenigma. And what looked like a good start for the side of Stunned goes in the favor of Zenigma on the red side. PVS just getting chipped away by Azumi, forced to back away with Wait What support. But it looks like this could be the beginning of the end for the side of Stunned.
Yeah, definitely. Okay,
Azumi,
Zumi, I don't know about this one. This
Force the
just feels
flashback,
like a
but
bit.
Wait What does
Oh,
get the kill. That's gonna be Wait What finishing him off with the help of the turret. And at least it's another kill, but they want all that for a drop of blood.
Shift enter worth for Izumi right there, I guess. Getting the kill onto PVS. I guess that's about sending the message. They definitely didn't need to do that. I feel like if Izumi didn't do that, they should have been able to get the turret, the inhibitor turret, and possibly the inhibitor. But the fact that he died right there means that they lost a lot of pressure, so they had to immediately back out. But more gold for the side of Enigma, they'll be happy with that, and the fact that Jin was able to get all the kills basically means that he's just extremely far ahead right now. Collector completed along with that Gale Force means that he's going to be bursting people down immediately.
Yep, he'll be taking red buff as well. Feels good Van Moment for all you ADC players out there, I'm sure. We're heading toward that top lane with Izumi. Let's see. Zenigma is now 8.5 thousand gold ahead. They're going up about 1,000 every time we check in. Mythics completed across the board for everybody. Finally, Shroud's Reverie completed by Ati on the Karma. It looks like that's gonna help you with your engage and your disengage. So it's certainly a useful pickup here.
All right, so Zenigma, yeah, definitely that pickup is pretty good. Zenigma is playing this a lot slower. They're playing this super safe. They don't want to throw their lead, and I like that. The fact that they're making sure they're dotting their I's and crossing their T's, checking every corner to make sure that this win is completely in their favor. The wave clear is pretty good on the side of Stun Chaos, though, at least. But
we've seen this before. Alphexis out from the top lane. There's a stun onto Izumi. They're trying to follow this up. Kubix will land a root, with Alphexis still in the midst of it all. There's Gino going down, as is Izumi. The door has suddenly opened for the side of Stun. They're trying to continue the chase onto Ryan Miles. He has a 500 gold bounty on his head. They'd love to pick that up, but that will not be the case. But it's 2 kills now for the side of Stunned, unanswered. So,
oh my
a
gosh,
silver lining to the heavy clouds that are currently hanging over them.
Oh my gosh, teams with Kindred and tower diving, name a better duo. At least they won't get the tower for themselves at least. Those are 2 kills that definitely did not have to be given. G-Dog, I think he had to give his life to make sure the rest of his team couldn't get followed up on, but yeah, that's a bit unfortunate. They lose a bit of tempo, they lose a bit of gold, put a bit more into the hands of the Jinx, which is something you definitely do not want to do. She is already on her way to the IE, and a 3-item Jinx is definitely something you have to contend with. You can't just idly team fight or try to charge in without caring about that. Otherwise, if you keep making careless mistakes like that, the game could just turn on its head.
Yep, for sure. And then, we suddenly have the issue of, you would have loved the Trinity on Izumi if you need to be the team fight. We thought it'd be split pushing. Now that Jinx is getting in a, the word is blanking on me, in a dangerous spot for the size of Enigma, suddenly Izumi might have to be there for the team fights. And things get much closer.
Yeah, and Izumi's a lot squishier than normal without that Triforce, honestly. And with I think she's gonna go for a Sterak's next, which would be a big pivot into a team fighting if she decides to go for it. But it could be either Sterak's or Black Cleaver. We'll have to see what Izumi decides to go for. But yeah, okay. So Dragon Soul is gonna be coming up soon. teleport is coming in. It looks like both teams are just interested in fighting for the Baron, though. Nice snipe.
Yep, look at that. That's Izumi over kind of on their flank, but he'll fall back toward that top lane. We want to say, Alphexus with, he could make something big happen here with that steadfast presence. If he somehow catches Izumi in Hookshot, Ryan Miles in Dance of Arrows, and Blue Vapor in the middle of Gale Force, that's suddenly 3 members, all very important, stunned up for a couple seconds. And that could be a huge window of opportunity for the side of stun.
Yeah, definitely. All right.
But that
there
requires
we
a
go.
lot of setup. Charm will land
there's a
onto the
couple of
Jinx.
hits.
Oh no! Gale Force away, but Ryan Miles is continuing on the chase, but Alphexus coming in with a huge heal. Lambda's fight will keep Ryan Miles alive for the time being. It will. Kubik stopwatches, gets the kill onto Ryan Miles. Based on enough, finished up immediately by Neo Shot. Alphexus in the back line will finish off Neo Shot on that Seraphine. Izumi having his way in the mid lane. And it's a 1v2 Alphexus against Blue Vapor and G-Dog, the bot lane duo for the side of Zelingma, getting some damage through. But I don't think this is going to happen. Forced to flash away. Izumi with the hook shot will likely continue this chase and finish him off. And, things went better than I thought they would with the Jinx getting caught out by the Seraphine ultimate.
Yeah, I have to agree. The teleport coming in for Orianna. I don't think this fight is completely over yet. The jungler is not there.
Nope. Izumi goes over the wall, will catch out. Wait, what? Alphexus trying to peel. But look at that damage coming through from Izumi. 2 items completed. Finishes off Alphexus. Mountain Dragon now getting set to work on by the bot lane duo, Blue Vapor and G-Dog. And it will be claimed for the side of Zenigma, Mountain Soul.
Oh man, that was so sad. Jinx getting cut out like that.
Yeah.
I didn't expect the fight to go out like that. The black shield from the Morgana was just a bit too late. She used it after Jinx gotten charmed, and Jinx was the only one that got charmed, so the perfect target for the side of Enigma. Once Jinx got deleted off the map, well, it's extremely hard to get back into the team fight. The fact that the stun were able to still make a fight out of it is just mind-blowing to me.
I do want to say big kudos to Alphexus there. We saw the Jinx get caught out, but Alphexus was right on his shoulder and got a beautiful wall stun onto Ryan Miles, which at least bought a little bit of time and forced that Lamb's Respite out immediately. So well played by Alphexus there on the top. But now Baron will be claimed. Seraphine comes out. It catches Addy. There's a double base drop or something coming through. Double kill now for the side of Enigma. BBS trying to get away. Curtain call first. Shot connects. Flash forward. Second will not. And now it's Alphexus trying to finish off somebody. It will be Ryan Miles falling. So we'll make a Death Rocket. Will go wide. Izumi continuing the chase. Flash. Hextech ultimatum route. And like they say in the chat, there's a Cho'Gath R on your queue. It's Izumi picking up the kill. And a clean up in the top jungle Baron claimed and likely the game here for the side of Enigma.
Yeah, wait, what? Is the only one left trying to defend the base?
Just wait, what?
Yeah, he has to wait for his team to come up, but I don't think it's going to be likely. They're just going out to him immediately.
No, look at that combo. Stopwatch will buy just a couple seconds of life, but that's about it. First Nexus turret goes down, second being chipped away, already falling down as we speak. Nexus
mercy.
Quadra kill.
Sometimes I can almost
God axes need victims.
You are on a rampage.
Smooth.
I also hear the songs of the dead.
make them suffer.
Enemy pentakill.
This place will be their tomb. The
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to opening night here in the first weekly tournament of Runeterra Academy. Coming at you with round 2 of the tournament. This is the semifinals lower bracket match between Omega Titans Esports Gray and Return of the Middle Six Titan on the blue side, Middle Six on the red. Miles David, how are you feeling?
I mean, it's been a bit of a long break, of course, but we're back into it. Sorry, guys, for that, but one top laner had to restart his computer, but we're back into it, and we're of course excited. It should be a decent matchup, of course. Zenigma and Zenigma versus Stunned, right? Still getting used to names, of course, but Zenigma versus Stunned. I think it didn't really fall into expectation. I expected a bit of more even fights. Instead, Zenigma kind of ran around their opponent completely and outplayed them just from minute 1. So hopefully we'll get a much more even match between these two, and I'm excited. It should be a pretty good one. We do have a sub coming in for Omega, I believe. We have
Omega.
Via instead of Flyer. They're in the mid lane, and we'll see what they will be able to do with that. Lee Sin first pick immediately by their top lane. It should still also go to mid lane, could go into Via's hands, of course, but Lee Sin, probably one of the strongest laners right now. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? He is not a strong jungler right now, but a strong laner.
Yep, Riot, what are you doing? Okay, top lane is going to be heavily contested because I believe top laners of both teams are ranked rather highly. And in reflecting of that, we see Riven banned away along Renekton and Aurelia. Aurelia, popular champion among the both of them, and with me, so I'm sad to see it banned away. But it will be the Gwen picked up and the Jinx as the answer in this first phase of picks for the side of Middle Six.
Yeah, Gwen people probably don't expect to see her because she kind of has a low win rate and solo queue. But Tendies has been picking her up and has been pretty much successful with the pick, getting into Masters with her recently. Sitting at 1 LP right now, so congrats to him, of course. But Gwen, we'll see what he can do with it. I have to admit, I'm not really completely sure about the matchup between Lee Sin and Gwen since it's pretty new. I have to say, so this will be a learning experience for all of us, but I'm excited to see what these two can come up with, how they'll be able to fight each other, how they'll be able to counter each other. I do think probably that Lee Sin should have at least an advantage in the early game, since that's what we know him for, the early game power and set being picked along with the Varus. There we go. I was talking about this during the short break, but I really want to see Varus ADC because I think he's just a super strong pick right now.
Yep, and there it is, locked in for the side of Titan. Let's see, Titan is Shiesta. We haven't seen Kaisa picked or hovered or banned away, which is an ADC, currently the most ADC for both ADCs on both teams. So I'm kind of surprised we haven't seen that. There's the Varus pick. And this set lock-in, do you think we're going to see that going support or top lane? Or do you really believe in the Lee Sin laning?
There's still a lot of picks they can go for. The Omega is drafted pretty flexible for themselves. Lee Sin can go mid, Set can go either top, even mid, or as support. So we'll see what they decide to go with that. Meanwhile, on the side of On side of middle sticks, I'll just call them middle sticks, I guess.
Yeah.
But yeah, on their side, it's kind of a telegraph what they want to be able to do. They do have an Udyr. They don't really have let's say completely on theme team comp yet. They do have Thresh, so that tells me they want to support this Jinx a lot. It's kind of still up in the air. It feels like both teams are trying to just counter each other with regards to the matchup in the lanes, honestly.
Yep. Now we're going to see the Braum hovered by the side of Omega, which I'm assuming is going to go support. So that does knock out set support option. So
Particular complete theme between both within both team comps, other than the fact that they kind of want to be able to get picks and kind of want to catch each other out, go for a 4v5 team fight and win those kinds of things around objectives.
Yep. So unfortunately, thank you very much to Light Lawless in the chat, letting us know that us casters have been muted until 5 seconds ago.
Wait, what?
So, unfortunately, you did not hear any of our analysis in this chat.
Oh my gosh.
Ooh, feels
That's
bad,
good.
man. Apologies
That's bad, man.
for or well, yeah, maybe not the whole time. Hopefully, you guys caught us for a decent chunk of that. We're not sure exactly how much. Apologies for those technical difficulties. Oh, okay. So we didn't get cut out for long. Okay, good. You caught most of it, so you heard what we had to say.
All right, very nice. We're just possibly getting ready. All right, we're in.
Okay, yeah.
There we go. All right. We'll see where the lateness times will go. Then we can talk more about the analysis there.
Yeah. But yeah. So we there's a lot of flex now on the side of Omega. Lee Sin can jungle or go to a lane. Set can go to a lane. Vladimir can go top or mid. And so, yeah, I think it's gonna. Which of those three champions do you think is gonna have the best time against the Gwen?
That is a good question, honestly. I think at this point, most champions have a good time against the Gwen. Gwen does have some decent scaling, of course, honestly. But Lee Sin jungle or Set, I'm not completely sold on those two because they are ganking junglers, of course, and they will get outpaced by the Udyr, so they have to get things done in the early game, or otherwise just things won't work out for them. Possibly, I guess for It's a We, his modus operandi is to be a bit of a ganking jungler. Instead, he does favor the Elise a lot, which did get banned. Which did get banned. So possibly that's just his really favored style of jungling, even though it might not be meta. If that's what you're comfortable with, just go for it,
Yep. And it will be the set locked in for 1KK on the side of Omega. So it will be the Set Gwen matchup up there. I think that's all right because Set wants to stay on top of you. He wants to be in your face the whole time. But honestly, so does Gwen to a certain degree. But yeah, I don't know enough about Gwen to really say much about that. I played her and inted her on ARAM once, so that's about the full extent of my experience with the champion. But,
she does have a way to be able to split push and fight the 1v1, right? So it should be an interesting fight between Sandys and 1KK to see what these two top laners have to see how these two top laners can outplay each other. So if Gwen gets ahead, of course, she can be very oppressive in lane and can be very oppressive when it comes to team fights, and it'll be very hard to catch her. just because of her abilities, where she can make a shroud and make herself kind of untargetable.
Mhm.
So kind of like Akali in that sense. Then it's like a bruiserish Akali. If I were to really describe it, but Vladimir going into the mid lane via against Swain, nonetheless. Swain, I think, is a decent mid laner too, but Vladimir should be able to outscale eventually.
Yep. And so we're seeing for the side of middle sticks again. Something we mentioned last game for the both teams, Zenigma and Stun. No super hard engages except for a man in a bear suit running at you as fast as he can. But they can rely on the Thresh to land those clutch hooks to try to catch a pick. On the opposite side, you do have the Set, who can, and the Udyr is a prime target for that Set Showstopper ultimate. Get some big chunk damage onto the back line of middle sticks.
Yeah, one thing I did notice on the side of Omega, they have a lot of disengage. As in, they have a lot of disengage. Varus, of course, he can use his Chains of Corruption in order to engage on someone, but they have a lot more ways of making sure people stay away from their backline, but or go in. So it's interesting to see what they'll decide, how they'll decide to play these big team fights out. On the side of of middle sticks, however, they do have more of, I'd say, a pick heavy style comp where Thresh, Swain, and Udyr can catch people out, and Jinx could just stay in the back. But their front to back team fight seems kind of weak, I'd have to say. It seems like there's not really much protection for the Jinx, besides Thresh trying to flay people away and Udyr stunning people. So unlike before, we don't have an enchanter for the Jinx who can give her support, can speed her up, allow her to just dance around the team fights, get the resets off, and start speeding up. So it should be a lot harder for Boar to be able to navigate these fights, especially with all the CC that could come his way. Kiss her way. I'll just refer to the champion.
Yeah. All right, and that's the roundup, and that'll be it for us here on the desk in this Champ Select of round 2 of opening night for the weekly tournaments of Runeterra Academy. We'll get right back to you after this quick break with the game between Omega Titan Esports Gray and Return of the Middle Sticks.
Time to get real. Motherfucker, I'm ill.
seconds until minions spawn.
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
Pulsar weapon online. Ezreal, do you require a map?
No.
Finish them quickly.
I grant you my aid.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Arcane shift enabled. True shot barrage charge. Essence flux armed. Mystic shot armed. Minions have spawned. Start.
Welcome back to Summoner's Rift, ladies and gentlemen, coming at you with round 2, the lower bracket semifinals of the first weekly tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. We've got Team Return of the Middle Six on the red side and Team Omega Titan Esports Gray on the blue side. My name is Tajagar, or Taj for short, joined by Miles David on the caster's desk. And we're looking for an absolute banger of a game here after a quite one-sided first game.
This is a deja vu.
Flash for flash. We take those. We take those.
That invade was a lot more successful, I'd have to say, for the red side here. Middle Sticks getting the flash out of the Varus, so they're at least able to get that. We'll see if they decide to go for a late invade again. It looks like they won't. They will just take that. Thresh has no flash, but the Varus has no flash either, so that might be a good target for Merismatic to be able to go for. Merismatic, speaking about Merismatic, we don't have any data on this guy.
Yeah, if you, dear viewers, go and check his op.dg, you will see him this season unranked with a single loss on Akali, and that's the only game he's played. So we don't really have much to say about him, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's like that guy in the anime that just shows up, with a mask and saves the day. Yeah. Back in those old anime. I think Sailor Moon. I forgot the name of the guy in Sailor Moon, but yeah, that guy.
Tuxedo mask.
Tuxedo mask. There we go. That's basically Merismatic right now. Jumping in. We have no idea what he likes to play. Apparently, he does play the meta jungler, so there is the Udyr being played by him.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see what he can do against It's a We, who is picking the Lee Sin jungle. Of course, Lee Sin jungle, not the most. I'd have to say not the most meta jungler at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
He can still work, but he has to do a lot of stuff in the early game. I've seen him work also in the LPL, but yeah, it's a risky pick, honestly.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, we have to highlight it's the Gwen being played by Tendies 2 up in the top lane, and I'm excited to see what somebody of his caliber can do with this champion.
I mean, Gwen, she still has basically a lot of unknown potential inside her kit, and maybe Tendies is one of the people that really unlock that. We'll have to see. Yeah, in this 1v1 set, is kind of a telegraph champion. We know what he wants to do. He wants to trade. He wants to use his regen. He wants to get his bar filled up and immediately use his W in order to deal the maximum amount of damage already. The trading is insane in the top lane, and Tendies is bearing the worst of it so far.
Well, yeah, OKK has that sustain, but so does Tendies on the Gwen with that healing as champion on hit. Or maybe it's more than just, maybe it's everybody with the auto attacks at least. So that's that. Let's see. It is going to be an on-hit Varus being built by Shiesta down in the bot lane for the side of Omega Titan. Going for that over the lethality. And against this team comp, I think I can understand it going up against an Udyr and a Thresh.
Yeah, honestly. I mean, they could have gone for the lethality Varus, but they have so much disengaged. They might as well go for a more carry type of AD carry, honestly. So I'm not too mad about that. But they are starting to fall behind when it comes to the lane. Jinx is starting to stamp her mark, and it's just because Varus just can't really walk up. Has no flash, and Merismatic fighting the jungle here.
Merismatic.
Oh no!
Rumble in the jungle. In goes. It's a We gets the first blood. Now using a Warhop to get on top of Tendies 2. I'm Emperor trying to buy some time, but it will not be enough. A double kill over to It's a We and first blood there in the jungle for him and the side of Omega Titan Esports Gray.
And he's going to get the scuttle too, so everything going well for this Lee Sin. I said that he'd have to get ahead early, and there we go, double kill onto the Lee Sin. He's definitely going to be very happy with that. And Udyr, he has to make his way towards bottom side of river now in order to not get double scuttled. I honestly think It's a We could have possibly just run there immediately, take the scuttle crap for himself, and put this Udyr further behind. But he's so far ahead, and it looks like he's actually going for the lethality build on this Lee Sin. Now that's what I like to see. No Bruiser Lee Sin this time. He's going for the one-shots.
Yep, probably. I'm assuming he probably finish off, an Eclipse, that kind of thing. But yeah, and I'm expecting he's going to want a lot of action as far as ganking goes once he gets stuff like that finished. Now, action on the top lane. Tendies 2 brought very low, still has the snip ready to go. I believe. Low. Wing Nation low on mana. So I don't think we'll be able to finish off that kill. This might be... Please don't steal this.
Oh,
Okay,
very
okay.
close.
First things could have gotten very much worse from there. But in the meantime, we see an engage over this blue buff. It's a we will claim it. Boar on the Jinx just firing away. It's a we being brought down very low. This will be a big shutdown. It's going to go over to Wing Nation on the Swain. But he will be finished off by Siesta. Hook will miss coming out from Hulk. 1KK now looking to continue.
They're diving.
They are going for a dive here. They will. Hulk with the play, trying to keep him at bay. Will not work. Going to go down to 1KK. Boar now all on his lonesome. 1 versus 4. Flashes away the Chain of Corruption and the Facebreaker, but Ikaros with a beautiful, or Icarus, sorry. That's how he wants us to pronounce it. With a beautiful Winter's Bite. I think that's what it's called. Onto Boar to finish off those Braum concussive blow stacks. And then the kill finally finished off in the end.
Oh, fight. Not yet done.
Oh, yep. Tendies 2 caught all way out in front. No mana either. Snip will miss. It's a Weetart. It's a Wee, however, brought very low.
Oh, no.
Oh, no. It landed. And that's the end of the story there for Tendies 2. 4th death of the game. And, you know, it looks like me playing one. No offense.
Tendi's not having the best game right now. He ran out of mana, dude. He ran out of mana just before being able to kill the Lee Sin. If he had just a bit more, I think he would have won that 1v1. And these are very close margins that Tendi's is losing by the skin of his teeth. And Weetard just so strong right now on this Lee Sin. He will start getting further and further ahead. And that's scary to think about. Braum is already in the top side, assisting his jungler going for that next objective. And I just don't think there's anything Marismatic can do. He could probably try.
Yep. Yeah,
But it's
only
very
one,
dangerous.
Yeah, only a 1 level deficit, so smites are, you know, kind of even. If not a legitimate 50-50, especially with the numbers here. 1KK keeping Marismatic at bay. Tendi's rotating down, however, this could be close. And Red Team, Wing Nation with the beautiful Death's Hand will steal away the Rift Herald, but now it's a fight. Out comes the Demonic Ascension. He's pushed all the way back out. 1v2 1KK keeping him out of the whole fight. 2 fall for the side of middle 6, 3 fall. Hulk now the last alive of his team there. It will be a clean ace in favor of Omega Titan on the back of what was an impressive Rift Herald steal. And it all just collapsed from there.
Honestly, I think they should have just taken that Rift Herald and run with it. Unfortunately, there. They just tower diving.
Look at this damn Tendies flash W. 1KK. Oh, what a shutdown. 400 gold. 700 gold kill. Going over to Tendies. And that's going to make him feel good.
That was such a good outplay by Tendies. Able to get the shroud on. And 1KK, he overextended. Oh, never mind.
Oh, no.
We here.
Mitsui coming in. Ultimate will whiff both times. In the meantime, where's Thematic trying to get onto Siesta in the bot lane. Siesta does have flash ready to go. Hook will land a beautiful prediction from Hook, and the kill will not be done.
No way!
Over because it's taken away. Nice play for Icarus to block. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tendi's got the better of It's a Wee. And some of these things are looking strange.
Yeah, definitely. I need some replays of this. All the kills and all the actions happening all across the map. I can't concentrate on all of them. I'm just looking at the minimap to see the macro of both teams, what they're deciding to go for. But, oh man, that was so close getting onto the Varus. They almost had him, but Icarus, he was just there right in the nick of time, able to save his ADC with the block, using his shield. The finest of margins are being won here between these two teams. And, damn, okay, Wing Nation. Okay.
Yep, Contention comes through, trying to finish off Via here. 4 men mid for the side.
Oh!
Middle Sticks flash forward, auto attack. Wing Nation will get the kill. Icarus, and It's a Wee now. They want to make something happen in return. Sonic Strike will land. It's a Wee not going in with a baiting ward. Hot Bear. Boar goes forward. Change of Corruption will land onto Merstomatic. It's a Wee will find the kill there. Goodness.
Action don't stop, Taj.
Yeah.
Things just happen again and again. And Tendies, we have to play. He's been able to outplay 2 people. He's level 9 now.
Here we
on
go
this
now.
Gwen.
True damage does come through. Out comes the showstopper. But let's see the sustain coming through from the Gwen. Snip, snip, snip. 1KK goes down. And Tendies all of a sudden showing these players up on the Gwen. Maybe, goodness. I don't know. I don't really know what to say.
Yeah, Tendies, he just found the opportunity to get back into the game. He got 2 shutdowns for himself, fighting It's a Wee and taking him down along with YKK. And now YKK is the one on the back foot. Oh, man. I want to know how he's able to beat It's a Wee when he had like half health. He didn't have as much mana. He missed his ultimate, and he still won the fight.
Yep.
He still won the 1v1.
I will say, when Tendies killed It's a Wee, I noticed that It's a Wee had not used his ultimate in that fight. So it's possible that maybe if he had used that things might have come out different. Maybe he got a little cocky, thought he could finish off Tendies without having to dedicate that ability. And Siesta has left the game.
He's back.
Oh, back. Okay, yeah, here's the reconnect. Okay.
Yeah, there we go. It was paused for a bit, but we are back. And Tendies, level 10 already.
Good, beautiful use of the Shroud completely nullifies that haymaker damage. Ultimate will finish off the kill onto 1KK, and all of a sudden, Tendies is getting the better of him over and over and over again.
They have to be able to answer Tendies. He's already level 11, the highest level in the game. When things were going wrong, suddenly he's the one making things go right. Tendies is just super strong right now, and I don't think anyone can 1v1 him at this point.
Yeah, nobody can match. New champ broken. Rito,
all right, yeah, definitely. All right, Icarus there.
Action in the bot lane. Glacial Fisher comes out. Hook with an immediate flash to get out of there. Hook will land, buying some time for his ADC. Chains of Corruption as well, but that will spread to Boar. Merstomatic is here to back them up, adds It's a Wee. Wing Nation caught up in the river. It's a Wee staying on top of him. Demonic Ascension comes out quick, trying to keep himself alive, but it is not enough. Siesta finds the kill. 5 men bot for the side of Omega Titan. But it will only result in 1 kill. Wing Nation, the mid laner of middle 6, falls.
Oh, wait, Bear?
But Boar brought very low. Auto's not enough. Death Sentence will land onto Icarus. And 1KK goes in with a Stride Breaker, able to finish off Boar. A double kill for him. Another by Wee. All now down to Tendies. The man, the myth, the legend himself. There's a shutdown with the help of Turret going over to Boar onto Siesta. But now it's Tendies versus 3. Riftmaker is completed. Let's see if you can do this. Full stack Snip comes out, but there's just too much damage coming through. Turret will be finished off as well, so at least not going to make sure of a trade. A lot of action in the bot lane, all in all. Omega Titan coming out on top.
Damn, in my excitement, I mispronounced Boris' name into Bear.
I already did that
Anyway.
once already, so don't feel bad.
All right. It's Bearsmatic who's the bear. We have to remember. He's the man bear pig of the team. But yeah, at least he was able to get the shutdown onto that. Tendies 1v3, a bit too much to handle.
Yep.
At least with the with his abilities still on cooldown. If probably he had all his abilities up, then maybe there's a chance that he could have outplayed that. But the fact that we're even talking about him outplaying 1v3 speaks to the testament of how far he had just come back. And Via
going in, Flay lands from the death sentence, a beautiful hook. Icarus's shield just not enough to keep his mid laner alive. And Winged Nation has been asserting dominance, I would say, here in the mid lane.
I just realized the interaction of Swain with Braum means that he can pull back and do damage despite the Braum shield being up.
5-head plays coming through by Winged Nation. He knows the
5-head picks. Yeah, definitely. At least with these two. And okay.
Hopefully on a war, they see him. It's we with the kick. I don't know his ult name. And this will be Shiesta getting a kill in the mid lane as well. Winged Nation uses ult there, but it's all for naught. Tendies going forward. Ult will land, staying on top of Icarus with this snip. It's a 3v4. Tendies might be able to be the difference here. Marissa Matic with the stun onto Shiesta. Borg going into Super Mega Death Rocket will find one kill. It's Tendies versus 1KK. We've seen it before. We'll see if it turns out the same way again. Does not look to be the case. 1KK forced to back away, but so was Tendies. And it will be a 2-0 Winged Nation and Hulk falling down. The fight going in favor of Omega Titan.
I swear, somebody better be clipping all these team fights into chat. All
Yeah.
these skirmishes that are happening. This is some pretty amazing stuff I'm seeing from both teams. Fine, as I said, the finest of margins. Both teams are skirting it. It's very close, honestly. Despite it's a 3,000 gold lead for the side of Omega, but it just doesn't feel like it. Middle six are fighting back super well, and the scaling is on their side. I'd have to say they do have the Jinx and the Gwen. Gwen is just super effective late game, honestly. He'll definitely be able to deal with Set or Lee Sin. The Vlad, of course, is still gonna be a problem, but if he gets caught out once, that's definitely something. It happened to Via time and time again, so we'll have to, or at least 2 times so far. But we'll have to see what he can do. If he can be the difference maker. I think Vlad is super strong late game, of course.
Yeah.
But if he gets CC'd to death, then there's not much he can do in that case.
One thing I just noticed, Shiesta going lethal tempo, but finish off the man immune and looks like he's building some sort of lethality item. What are you doing?
Okay.
It's like, did you...
That's...
it's too late.
Was he playing...
You went lethal tempo, build on hit. I don't really understand why he's trying to now adjust with his itemization, but we're going to see convergence over this Cloud Dragon. It will be secured by Boar and the side of Middlesticks with no contest. So things look tough for them in the early game, but things are suddenly evening out now.
Yeah, and it's 21-10, and yet we're still talking about things even out. It's a 4-down Goldie. Oh my gosh!
Oh boy, here comes Hope. The box comes out following the Death Sentence. Merc, the Matic is locked in place for the time being. Winged Nation with the Demonic Ascension trying to go forward. Death Sentence will not land that time. Hulk misses the hook. Nor now out in front, trying to finish off Shiesta. Shiesta brought low. Winged Nation forced to use that second cast of the ultimate, only affecting It's-A-Wee. Only getting him some chip damage. In the end, it's just a bunch of turret damage taken by middle six, mid-tier 1. In the meantime, Rift Herald looks like it'll be taken by the side of Omega Titan here, but Tendies split pushing in the bot lane.
And that was they poured their all into defending that mid lane. They really did not want that mid lane turret to go down in order to lose tempo across the map and allow Tendies to pressure to split push. And now they should actually be able to take this one themselves. Jinx attack speed is really, really good. So Tower is already in favor of Middlesticks, and things are turning around for them. They're able to stay competitive in this match despite all the early game deficits that happened. Just, I don't know if it feels like Tendies is the one bringing things over the line, but each member of the team, I'd say, is contributing super well to the comeback.
Yep.
So far, it's still a 3,000 gold lead. We're not ringing alarm bells just yet, but Seth and Lee Sin will definitely get outskilled. And Varus is going lethality, so eventually his when it comes to a sustained fight, Vladimir has to be the one to burst people out. Vladimir has to be the one to deal the sustained damage, and he is he is locked by cooldowns.
Yeah.
And not auto attacks. So.
Yep. So I've certainly eyes have been on Tendies for a while now, but keep them on him because he's certainly going to be one of the impact players. Change of Corruption comes out. They're going to catch more. Finished off very quickly by Siesta, and you know there's that lethality burst damage coming in handy there to get that pick. But
all right, that. Yeah, all right. That is something they can do if they manage to catch out the Jinx. Hopefully, Boar does not let that happen again. But the siege coming in will actually be deadly for the side of Omega. They do have a lot of damage in that regard, and well, Middle Six will definitely have to contend with that. Siesta is still pretty strong. He is already at 2 items. That Manamune is gonna be coming soon, and when it comes to the mid game, Varus is just super strong. And if they can end it there, then that's definitely gonna be good for Omega. But oh wait, Wing
Nation out. Demonic Ascension comes through, as does the Showstopper. Here's the stopwatch pop. Haymaker and the true damage, and the minions able to help finish off Wing Nation. He was sucking health off those minions. I thought it would be enough, but in the end, it was not.
Yeah, definitely. Okay, Tendies 1v1.
It's a 1v1, forced to use that ultimate defensively, but Tendies has his dashes and another cast of his ultimate ready to go. Blast Cone is used, and it's Wii gets away to fight another day.
Yeah, honestly, here we go. The fights are getting a bit one-sided, I'd have to say, because of the Varus just being able to poke out Jinx, who can't step up at all. So I think that's at least good for Omega, able to get that tempo up, able to get the siege going. Merismatic too. Oh my gosh, that's so much damage.
Chains of Corruption don't land, however, and they're not able to secure the kill. Yeah, that Varus, if he can just get everybody low before the fight, then I mean, there's not really much. It's like cheating. You know, it's like a cheap way to win, but at the end of the day, it's a win.
Yep, definitely. I mean, is there really a cheap way to win in League of Legends? You have to be able to use what's strongest, honestly. This Varus, he's just doing a lot of damage right now. I have to say, if you can get everyone on the enemy team low enough, then you don't need to sustain DPS. You can just burst them out immediately, you know? So that's probably their way back in. If Varus can just get the poke down, Via can just go in along with YKK, and it's a Wii, and immediately just annihilate everyone with the burst damage that they have combined.
Yep, Mythics completed across the board, actually for a while now. We never really mentioned that. Yeah, like I said, there's the Eclipse completed on Itsui, no surprise there. Duskblade going along with that Lethality Varus build. Kraken Slayer for Boar.
This is the Chad Lee Sin build, I'm telling you. Going for full lethality. Yes, no qualms. He's going in. He knows he's not coming out, but he is going in to kill someone.
Yep. He rushed Mama Mortius, however, second item. So I'm sure he was considering Tendies with that decision.
I mean, there are two people who have AP. It is the Swain and the Gwen, so that's two sources of AP damage. I think there's a lot of value onto that Maw. I don't think it's too good of an item, but if you're going for full damage, you might as well just go and get as much resistance as you can.
Yep. All right. Both teams squaring up around this dragon pit, looking for an engage. Oh! Flat forward, lands a hook onto Siesta. That's not good. Demonic Ascension comes through. They're all piled up in the middle now. Showstopper comes out. It will catch somebody. It's trying to get away, but it's not enough. Via all alone in the end. And I mean, I can't cast anything because everybody's dead within 2 seconds. It's just everybody presses R and boom. It's a 4 for 2 in favor of Middle Sticks, and I think it's all because it was Siesta who got caught out early, and that was
how does that happen?
The end.
How does that happen? I think Siesta was actually probably got surprised by that. He was in the middle of this team when he got hooked. That's not supposed to happen.
Hulk flash forward. We talked about the Chad Lee Sin. How about the Chad Thresh? Flash forward, boom. I caught your ADC, and now you lose the fight. Goodness.
Damn.
Well played by Hulk.
That was, I have to commend Hulk for that one. He saw the opportunity, he flashed in and went for it. No hesitation. Got the snipe onto the Varus. At that point, the fight is kind of unwinnable if you haven't laid your book down. No one on the side of Middle Six was low enough to get bursted out, and they just took over the team fight from there. Jace got excited too, so it was very hard to be able to catch her. And Hulk, I don't know about that one, my friend.
Yeah, going over the wall, and Icarus will miss that Biting Frost, but I'm sure Hulk's not going to get out of here alive. Truly, that is not the case, and it looks like Omega Titan want to convert this immediately into a Baron take.
Did we just cast a Curse Hulk? I was just giving him my praise, and then he goes and ints like that.
Ristamatic is hanging over the wall. Flash is not quite ready for him yet, and that will be the call for him to back away. But Boar, what are you doing? Second time today, we see a Jinx ultimate steal, and it's on the Baron this time. Itsui squaring off against Wing Nation will find the kill, but Middle Sticks find the Baron with a beautifully timed ultimate coming out from Boar.
Oh my gosh, that's heartbreaking. I'm so glad when 11.10 comes out and that damage from the ultimate will be capped. It will be capped 800 immediately.
And look at this damage coming out from the Gwen. Via trying to stay on top with help from the team, but he's dead already. And Tendies will simply get him. So it looks like, please back away, don't overstay. Ristamatic is here to try to lend some help, stunning up 1KK, trying to keep him away from his top laner. 1KK has already used the face breaker, Haymaker as well, true damage, Glacial Fissure, Showstopper onto Ristamatic, but Tendies still has free reign to dance around and go snip snip with death sentence to land Siesta, change of corruption, probably just a desperation cast at that point, and a double kill now for Tendies. And everything is suddenly swinging in favor of Middle Sticks. They're now sitting on a 1,000 gold lead.
How did everything fall apart this quickly between the two teams? Tendies.
It's a Wii with the lethality build. He's trying to burst Tendies down, but Tendies' damage is just too much. But there it is again. That's the second time we've seen it. Just that Sonic Strike right at the end. And It's a Wii will kill Tendies.
Oh my gosh, my heart is pumping in this game. I thought with the way the early game went, I didn't expect things to turn out like this. But now Middle Sticks are the ones with the big advantage. They're the one for the first time in the game. They have the gold lead after all that chaos. After getting the win on all those skirmishes that happened there in the bottom side jungle, for that Baron still I think set everything off. That was like everything exploded after that, and Bor very much.
Yep, Boar and Tendies have been the X factors for the side of Middle Sticks. This whole game, particularly Tendies.
I'd say Hulk too. He was able to get the hooks onto the Pirates. Sure. If it wasn't for him inting in that over to that Baron, I would honestly be a lot more happy with this performance. But it ended up really well for them. So I guess it doesn't matter too much in the end, but still.
Yep. Yeah. If Hulk doesn't int there, they never start Baron, and it never gets stealed. So it all worked out in the end.
Yeah, very good play. Apparently, a very good play from Hulk, according to the results-based analysis. But yeah.
Yep. Sometimes you got to lose a battle to win the war. Okay. Tendies going over the wall. Icarus forced to back away. Look at that damage coming through from the Varus. The Man Immune has transformed into the Muramana. So he's going to be poking away. See,
it's not going to be poking if Hulk keeps getting the hooks onto him. You might want to invest in a QSS, honestly, at this point.
Yeah. All 5 of Middle Sticks here converging on the Dragon Pit. I'm assuming it will be spawning very soon. Unfortunately, I do not. Time up. Hulk flashes, but the hook does not land. Chain of Corruption does land onto Wing Nation. Stopwatch as well. She's going to stay alive for the time being. In goes Tendies into the middle of it all. We are on the flank. Icarus falls. Ristamatic in the back line. Siesta trying to be zoned away from all of this. Tendies still in the middle of it all. Will finally fall to 1KK. 1KK with a big haymaker. 767 true damage onto Wing Nation and Hulk, but it's too little too late. Showstopper comes through. We'll find a double kill. Gets the kill onto the swing, but it's not enough. Boar is still alive, and it's ADC versus ADC. But here comes the jungler. No honor, no 1v1s for you. And it will be a team fight win for Middle Sticks and a conversion to Cloud Dragon Soul.
That was really well played by them. They were able to get the right CC. Hulk tried to go for the same play again. Third time, it's not the charm apparently for the Thresh, so missing a bit, but it doesn't matter because over the wall, it was a strange fight to be had. It was like there's a border between the two teams and they had to commit to a fight, artillery fight in the Dragon Pit and over onto the enemy jungle. It's just that Tendies got into the backline first. And although Siesta, he was doing his job poking out people, there's just no sustained DPS coming from him. Unlike the Jinx, who wrapped around completely, went for the flank and was able to get onto Siesta. It was very close though. I think he was almost getting the double kill there. And if the double kill happened, he could have possibly gotten the dragon, and we would be singing a different tune.
Yeah. I want to say Wing Nation there absorbed so much pressure by getting caught out by Chains of Corruption. Caught out by Chains of Corruption, pop stopwatch, and then the Lee Sin Q was used, as well as the Varus Q. Those are two, I would say, big cooldowns used up. Now it's a Wii going on in Merstomatic. I don't think Merstomatic can match him. He cannot. But yeah. Wing Nation did a lot for
Here comes Tendies.
Yep. Merstomatic is running forward with that stance. The Bear. Tendies as well. It's a Wii forced to use Flash. I don't think it's a Ward Raid. And what a death sentence coming through from both landing hooks over and over. Tendies now trying to help out his support, finish off this jungler. He will fall, I believe. Yes, he will. Now we have a team fight popping off in top river. Boar gets a kill, but he falls to Via. It's I1KK once again. One of the last standing for his team. And Siesta now. Death sentence does not land that time, but it's Merstomatic with Dead Man's Plate and Bear Stance ready to go. Stun up. Tendies going in. Snip, snip. There's a kill going over to Siesta. But in the end, it's a ace for the side of Middle Sticks. And they are in command.
How did we get to this point, Taj? We got to the point where it was such a bad early game for Middle Sticks. Everything just going to chaos, and now they can actually end the game. The death timers are extremely wrong. Icarus is still going to be up. That might have been the team fight, actually. This could be it.
And he's all down to the Braum support. Death sentence will land, and it will be fulfilled by the one and only Tendies 2 top lane for the side of him. First damage, what? Champ. Okay, honestly, maybe we might have a bit of a champ diff here. But yeah, champ diff together with some player diffs. I would say Hulk playing amazingly on the Thresh support, Wing Nation as well on the Swain. Boar can't not mention him, and the Man of Mystery, Merstomatic, all coming together as one, as Return to Middle Sticks, taking the victory over Omega Titan Esports Gray.
Honestly, I'll be real with you, Taj. I saw that Tendies was a master player, and I saw a bunch of gold ranks on his team. I thought he would be the one carry, but that wasn't just the case. Although Tendies did a good job, he was basically the one doing the most damage. I think if we look to the graphs,
I wouldn't say he
is the one. But everyone contributed on the side. I'd like to shout out Hulk and Boar along with the Swain.
Wing Nation.
Along with Wing Nation on the Swain. I think Merstomatic, he kind of had a bad game this series, but he's Udyr. So I don't think it really matters too much, even though you got really gapped that hard in the early game. If you can just support your team like that. So Mystery Man, Merstomatic being basically the support of the team, but I really have to commend Wing Nation, Boar, and Hulk for a fantastic performance. Hulk getting the key picks onto the Varus and essentially just winning the team fight for his team. In that case, and Wing Nation being the part of the drain, playing the part of a tank. He was the drain tank. He was absolutely just taking all the pressure to himself. Get the Zonyas, doing tons of damage while Boar was just firing from the back line. It was beautiful to watch. It was beautiful team fighting to watch from them.
It was. And yeah, unfortunately, Omega Titan, though they had a good start, I would say that honestly, at the start, though, it looked more like they were capitalizing on opportunities rather than really making them for themselves. And as soon as we got into the later game and Middle Six started to shape up and not give them those opportunities, they were really able to just run away with the whole thing. Tendies too.
I think they just got a bit overconfident, honestly, fighting against Tendies. Yeah. They gave him 2 shutdowns in the early game, and from there, Tendies just became unstoppable, honestly.
Yep. Tendies finishing the game with 36,610 damage, most on the Rift. So, Gwen, what can I say? Gwen is Gwen, new champion. But still, all in all, well played by Tendies on her.
Yeah, definitely. And we'll see them. We will be seeing them advance at least. And I'm hoping to see what they're capable of in the next games.
Yep. That will be it for the lower bracket semifinals here in opening night, the first weekly tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. Runeterra of the Middle Sticks. Return of the Middle Sticks. They're going to take the victory over Omega Titan Esports Gray and will advance to the grand finals. I don't know if we mentioned this before, but it's a $100 prize pool. Big Pog. So they're contesting for a decent chunk of dough. They're going to take on whoever wins the upper bracket semifinals. I believe that was between Akuma Blades and it was Zenigma. So we'll have to see who wins that, and we'll take on Middle Six in the grand finals. We'll wait on that result, and once we get it, we will return to you after the short break with the conclusion, the grand finals of the tournament.
get real. Motherfucker, I'm ill.
Welcome to the League of Legends. Prepare for battle.
I'll spell the hit.
Begun.
What's their position? Give me the coordinates.
Armed and ready.
First blood.
Reporting in.
Triple kill. You are dominating. An ally has reconnected. 30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
Pulsar back online. Ezreal, do you require a map?
No.
Finish them quickly.
I grant you my aid.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Arcane shift enabled. True shot barrage charged. Essence flux armed. Mystic shot armed.
Minions have spawned. Stop!
You must destroy us. All of us.
You are unstoppable. Killing spree. Your nexus is at 75% cover. Enemy triple kill. Your inhibitor is under attack.
I'll take that.
You are godlike. Shut down. Your nexus is at 50% health.
Why, thank you. Too easy.
Quadra kill.
Sometimes I can almost
God axes need victims.
You are on a rampage.
Smooth.
I also hear the songs of the dead.
make them suffer.
Enemy pentakill.
This place will be their tomb. The living must die.
Stop. You are legendary.
As you
Double kill.
Devour their bones. An
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the final round of action tonight. We're coming at you with the grand finals of Runeterra Academy's first weekly tournament. We just saw a return of the Middle Sticks beat after a insane comeback, Omega Titan Gaming Gray. But now we're going to have to see if they can pull off the win against Akuma Blades, a very strong team. They've been undefeated so far in the tournament, naturally, because they're in the grand finals. My name is Tajigar, Taj for short, on the desk, joined by the amazing Miles David. How are you feeling getting into this championship select, Miles?
I mean, it should be an interesting one between these two teams. And Akuma, they already know they're banning the Gwen, they're banning the Aurelia immediately. They're putting that out of there. They're targeting Tendies because, as we saw last game, he kind of smurfed it, doing so much with the Gwen. Dealt more than 30,000 damage in the game, which is insane. As someone who got super far behind in the early game, the fact that he was able to still pull that off speaks volumes to is a testament to the amount of skill that this man has.
Yep. But, we cannot ignore the rest of the team. We saw big plays coming through from Hulk on the Thresh, Boar as well doing his job with his team fighters, dishing out the damage, and Wing Nation on the Swain. But we'll have to see if they can keep up that high level of performance going up against Akuma Blades. It will be a triple top target ban for the side of Akuma. The Gwen, Aurelia, and Riven now all out of play. Morgana, Rumble, and Thresh the bans by the side of Middle Sticks. And now we're getting into the picks. Varus first pick for Akuma, followed by the Tristana and Nunu and Willem by the side of Middle Sticks.
Nunu and Willem, very interesting pick that they decided to go with. Might be a comfort pick for them. Of course, he can clear the jungle pretty fast. Against an Olaf, though, he might end up falling behind. We'll have to see. What I'm still getting familiar with the names. What Meristematic can do in this jungle matchup. I think Olaf should possibly snowball ahead, but stranger things have happened. We saw Lee Sin get super far ahead and just get absolutely stomped.
I was gonna say the Nunu pick might have come in handy if the other team had picked a Jinx, because we've seen two spectacular steals tonight with those Jinx ultimates, and like a Nunu with the max rank Q and a smite is a lot of damage to a monster. But it won't be a Jinx. It'll be a Varus and Karma locked in, running back with the Karma support that we saw earlier tonight.
I mean, this could also be Karma top. Or it could be flex towards that. Try to neutralize Tendies as much as possible by putting him in a matchup like that. He can't snowball as hard if the enemy just doesn't want to fight him. The enemy can just poke him from afar and make sure they never get into melee range. But we'll have to see Blitzcrank. Wow.
Ooh.
Okay. Do they really expect the Karma? They're going for a Blitzcrank to counter the Enchanter.
Yeah,
that's gonna be an interesting one to see. Wait, let me review. Let me review the op.gg to make sure that I've got
Hulk does play some Blitzcrank. Let's see if fails plays a lot of Thresh. So, but that was taken away in that first phase of bans.
He doesn't play too many enchanters, so it's kind of curious on why they decided to immediately just pick Blitzcrank. Usually, Blitzcrank is picked to counter stuff like a Tahm Kench, usually, because Blitzcrank can just get rid of the shield immediately using his ultimate. But yeah, blind pick Blitzcrank. And I say it's blind because Karma can still go top lane. It's not confirmed whether Karma is going towards that bot lane. And it's a bit of a risky pick. I like it. It can definitely be a difference maker if the skill disparity is like this, because, Akuma, bringing ranks into this, Akuma is very high level. We have three master tier players. But, one hook can definitely ruin their day, no matter how well they play.
One hook with what I'm assuming would be the Halo Blaze Tristana. You're looking at a lot of burst damage coming through. It will be some more target bans. It'll be the Camille and the Silas coming through by Akuma Blades. Then the Akali and the Galio banned away by the side of Middle Sticks. I know Galio, I think, is the most played for their Akuma's mid laner X Fluke. The Akali, let's see. It just looks like they have a suspicion. It's not clear on any OPGG. Somebody plays Akali.
I mean, Akali does have Fluke does have some play rate on the Akali at least, so they're trying to target man to give their mid laner a more comfortable matchup, I'd like to assume. But yeah, Echo being picked. All right, so pretty safe as an assassin, and he can scale super well into the late game too. Not too bad, but Echo can of course be countered by a mages that outrange him. I see a lot of teams decide to pick like a how do you put this? They decide to usually pick Syndra against an Echo, and she can just bully him out at the earlier levels. And Rakan being picked. Okay, this is an interesting one. This should be so basically Akuma is going for dive, honestly, with Paris there at the back line. They have all the tools to be able to just go in, tower dive, and the game super fast, of course, with the Olaf, with the Karma, with the Rakan. And if this Malphite goes through, it does go through.
So I guess that's Karma mid then?
Yeah, it should be Karma mid. I mean, Malphite could also go mid,
Oh,
technically speaking. We'll have to see what they decide to go with when we get into the champ select finally. But Malphite, it's a decent blind pick. I think it can work into a lot of top laners, especially if you want to use a split pusher in the early game. Let's say maybe they anticipate something like a Fiora being picked by Tendies that they decide to go with. Wait. Oh!
Did you call it? Yes, you did. Nice.
Nice. There we go. So they did anticipate the Fiora, and Fiora is going to have a hard time once Malphite gets her Bramble Vest. But it looks like they're just pigeonholing Tendies into that option because he has to be the split push carry for his team. He has to be the one generating so much pressure. But you can see he already did by outputting so many bans onto himself. The Camille is gone, the Riven is gone, the Gwen is gone, the Aurelia is gone. He's left with the Fiora. You know, there's always ways to outplay. Fiora is one of those champs that if you are good enough, you can just outplay almost anybody.
Yeah, maybe we'll see one of those LPL, quad ultimate proc in less than a second by attendees on the Fiora. That was exciting.
That was amazing to see when I saw that video. I can't believe it.
But
Chinese super service is just like a different breed.
Absolutely. But the Malphite rounding off what I would say is a gotta go fast comp by the side of Akuma Blades. Because I mean it's an Olaf popping R, a Rakan, I'm assuming gonna probably go Shraya's Battle Song. I called it Reverie last game, but Shraya's Battle Song. He's gonna pop that. Yeah. He's
still Ninja Tabbies in our hearts.
I will always close Ninja Tabbies. I am not calling those things play to steel caps. Yeah, but the Malphite ultimate, and it's just they're gonna be running at you the whole time. And honestly, not a lot of disengage coming out from the side of Middle Sticks.
Yeah, that's the thing. They're gonna be running at Middle Sticks. The question is though, they kind of have to start snowballing in the early game because in the late game, I don't think they just have enough damage to be able to contend with what Middle Sticks have to offer. So I think that Akuma believes that they're good enough to just snowball this out of control immediately. That's the signal I'm getting from their team comp. Varus, we're not sure yet if he's going lethality or on hit. Last time, lethal tempo lethality Varus, I don't think it works out very well. I don't think it synergizes very well, but we'll have to see what let's get the names right. What Hex Mist? If I
that sounds right. Yes, Hex Mist.
Yeah, all right. But what Hex Mist decides to go with for this one, that honestly, Varus is one of those picks in competitive.
Wait, their ADC.
Yeah,
I think their ADC is Keyboarder.
Okay, there we go. Keyboarder. Yeah, my bad. There we go. Looking at the champ select now, but yeah, Keyboarder. We'll see what he decides to go with. Varus is just one of those ADCs that gets picked in competitive all the time because of how useful he is and how much damage he can output and how much pressure he can do in the early game. Varus is the most picked ADC in pro play. He always manages to find a way back into the meta somehow.
Yep, we'll have to see what he can do here. Yeah, and it's like all four go in, and suddenly Varus is left
30 seconds until minions spawn.
What's the scanner say about their power level?
No enemies display a power level over 9,000.
I thought so.
Hostile and online. President, do you require a map?
No.
Finish them quickly.
I grant you my aid.
Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Arcane shift enabled. Q-shot barrage charged. Essence flux armed. Mystic shot armed.
Minions have spawned. Start! You must destroy us. All of us. You are unstoppable. Killing spree. Your nexus is at 75% health. Enemy triple kill. Your inhibitor is under attack.
I'll take that.
You are godlike. Shut down. Your nexus is at 50% health.
Why, thank you. Too easy.
Quadra kill.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Summoner's Rift for the last time tonight. We're coming at you with the grand finals of Runeterra Academy's opening night weekly tournament between Return of the Middle Sticks on the red side going up against Akuma Blades on the blue side. My name is Tajgar, Taj for short, joined on the desk tonight by Miles David.
30
And
seconds until
things
minions
are on
spawn.
paper rather one-sided, Mr. Miles. Wouldn't you agree?
Yep, definitely. Akuma have the players, they have the skill, they have the experience, but well, Middle Sticks have attendees in the top lane, and we'll see if he can be the difference maker.
Yep, they do have Tendies himself. They're in the top lane. Looks like Akuma was fully expecting some sort of invade. Unsurprisingly, with the Blitzcrank, but a 5-point start with the Blitzcrank coming out from Middle Sticks. And it seems like you mentioned, I think, off stream, how Akuma Blades need to win this early game. They are set up
they
for it, and they will get outscaled. But it seems like Middle Sticks know that. They're not even going to give them a chance for a first blood with an invade.
Yeah, definitely. So the fact that they were careful to be as a unit before making in order to make sure a 5-point stack against a Blitzcrank is very dangerous. So they at least recognize that they have to stay together. But so far, nothing in the early game indicates that any blood will occur, especially since both junglers are starting on the opposite sides of the map. Nunu should be able to clear his entire blue side before heading to red and then getting the scuttle for himself. Olaf should be going for a full clear into the scuttle into the bottom side, but yeah, okay, already. So it's going to be a bit hard for Trist, I'd have to say, to survive this lane. We will be seeing a lethality Varus this game, and it will depend on whether, as I said, whether Akuma can snowball this. If they can, then it will be very oppressive and it will be very hard for Middle Six to come back. But well, we'll see.
Yep. Beautiful trade coming out from Wing Nation there in the mid lane. Chunking down on X-Fluke, who is on that Karma pick. You mentioned how we want to see come out from Akuma a mage who can outrange Wing Nation. And I guess Karma does fit that bill, doesn't she? I think.
Yeah, he does. And especially since it's very hard to, try to dive her, try to do anything against her because she's so slippery. She can just slow you down and she can send you up. So they have the red cut out for them if they would do want to dive this Karma. But Tendi's already on the push, so he does have priority in top lane and should be able to help out Nuno should anything untoward happen in that regard. But Nuno, he's not going towards his top lane. He's going for a gank here in the bot lane already.
Yep, flash forward from Hook. There's a knock up. Hook hasn't come out yet. Snowball pop early on fails their support. Keyboard are brought very low. The chase continues. Borg has a flash to catch the first blood, but he will. And Hook will finish off the support as well. A clean 2-0 start. First blood as well, going over to Middle Sticks in the bot lane.
What the heck? That was really well played from them. Able to get, not just that, they were able to get the flashes from the Varus, so that could be another target for them to take. And Tendi's is very low. He should possibly be careful about going for another trade here.
Okay, Board did have to flash offensively for that kill, though.
True, very true. But he still has his heal up, and unlike Varus, who does not have any summoners up and has to be careful, their ping's going down. They see the Olaf, and that's happening.
Mid lane, go from Hexmiths dodging that parallel time lane something. Parallel convergence, I think. Stun.
Yeah,
this will
barrel.
be will go over to X Fluke and Hex Mist. Hulk hooking them under tower. Boar will finish off the kill, and suddenly things are dicey for the side of Akuma. There's a double kill over for Fluke on the Karma. Boar's now, he's gonna get locked up and knocked up by Fails, but he's still in the fight. Fluke will land the root and get a triple kill. Flashes early to try to get it from Wing Nation, I'm assuming, but Phase Dive comes out and he finishes him off. A bloody battle in the mid lane. In the end, I believe that was a 2-4-4? No, can't have been that. A lot of kills.
I mean,
and it's even in the end.
Yeah, it was a 2-for-4, but yeah, everything just evens out, and Josiah was able to get at least all the kills, and all the kills went to the Karma, which is it's okay, but she's kind of the enchanter, you know. She's not really gonna be the main carry, gonna be the one doing too much damage. I'd rather it be in the Olaf so you can get more items and snowball earlier, but yeah, that just didn't work out. And no ego. He's gonna have to be a bit careful until he gets his Bramble Vest.
Yeah, you can see Tenny's getting the upper hand in so many of these trades. He's a level up as well and up 15 CS. CS relatively even across the board. Apart from that, the Rumble. Yep. A smite fight over this Scuttle Crab. Hexman's getting better immersed thematic when it comes to the 1v1 duel. Might kill him here. It will be. The Reckless Strike will finish him off. And now it's Tendy's doing his best. 1v2 will get the kill onto Hexmist. Let's see if the sustain from the Vitals is enough. Brought low. Meanwhile, this action down the lower side of the river. Wing Nation trying to stay on top of X Fluke, but Fails are going to back him up. Wing Nation forced to back away. We'll see if we can get away from this. Fails continuing the chase. He might have knockup ready to go. Parallel Convergence going to try to buy some time. It will. Karma Q will miss. Suddenly, Wing Nation might have an opportunity here. He stack up the passive. There's a knockup coming through. Will finally be finished off by Fails. He's going to fall in the upper river. Nothing happened. No kill coming through. Tendy survived that, but Hexmas was able to secure that. No, Scuttle Crab wasn't even claimed. And that's
yeah. Yeah, but the Scuttle Crab wasn't even claimed. Olaf is going to go for it now. He should be able to finally get it for himself, but Tendy has to be a bit more careful here, I'd have to say.
Nice riposte there. Beautiful riposte.
Oh, wait. Oh my gosh.
Goodness. Careless play, I have to say, from No Ego, only Elo. Tried to get forward with that Seismic Shard, finish off Tendy's, but an absolutely perfect riposte comes through. Slows him. I think he also found a Vital, and he doesn't even have to touch him after that. Tower finishes him off.
Oh my gosh, that is so sad for No Ego right there. I think he had a bit too much ego actually there. going for that play against the Fiora, but that was really well played by Tendies, and very close up by Hulk there on the. Dude, we expected this game to be a bit more one-sided than this. Akuma Esports have to kill all across the board, but Middle Sticks, they're fighting back completely. They're doing the work. They're making the plays around the map. Sure, Akuma Esports are responding super well. But I'm just amazed, honestly. Oh, wait.
Tendy's now, he has to try to make something happen. Doesn't have alternate ready to go. He's going to pop on a No Ego, only Elo, but Hexmist is zoning him completely away. No Vital procs for you unless repost comes through, but it's not enough. Hexmist finds the kill.
He made it close, though. He made it very close. That was a shutdown over to the Olaf, which is definitely you don't want to be able to do. He's going to be getting his Gore Drinker soon. And at that point, actually, Gore Drinker, probably Stride Breaker, since Gore Drinker is such a bad item right now, possibly. So, yeah. So, yeah, Tendy's just overextending a bit there, but now he has a lot more items for himself. And Wing Nation, he has to be watching out here, honestly, because Fails is just around this mid lane so often, while this keyboarder is just pretty much playing weak side right now.
Yep. Yeah, I mean, it seems like, and this is what I'm getting from their mentality, is that after that gank very early from Merstomatic, they're basically saying, okay, we needed the early game. This put us on the back foot. We're not even going to really try to take it back in the bot lane. Fails, you go and roam. See if you can find us an advantage somewhere else.
Yeah, pretty much. Honestly, that's exactly what they should be doing. They need to keep finding these plays. They need to be finding these picks. Otherwise, yeah, if they fall behind, there's just going to be no hope for them. So the fact that they're being proactive is still a good sign for Akuma Esports, and that's exactly what they need to do. The next objective should be the Rift Herald, so I'm not surprised if I see a lot more fighting over the top side. And both AD carries are just basically fighting over who has to play weak side right now.
Yeah, we failed to mention so far that the first dragon was an ocean, has been claimed by the side of Middle Sticks. And
so much things happen.
Yeah. So many things are happening. Speaking of things being claimed, Ramble Vest completed for No Ego, only Elo on the Malphite. And that should put a bit of a stopgap on Tendy's, simply asserting dominance there in the top lane.
Yeah, honestly, this wave is gonna bounce back towards Sandy, so I'm not gonna be surprised if he chooses to freeze it instead of just constantly pushing, because I don't think he'll be getting. Never mind, he's just going for it. All right, so he decided to just keep pushing into the Malphite.
Yep.
It'll be a lot harder, honestly, with the Bramble Vest onto him.
Yeah. Let's see. Tendies is now 20 CS up on No Ego only Elo, but I'm not that surprised. No, I don't find it a big surprise that the Fiora is out farming and pushing in the Malphite. But we have a setup in the bot lane here. Change of Corruption will land onto Hulk. He's not going to get away. This is all down to see if Boar can get away. Rocket Jump comes through. He's going to dodge and knock up. Has Flash and heal ready to go. Buster Shot will knock away Fails to try to buy some time. Ragnarok is popped by Hex Miss. Boar with a beautiful flash heal. Double kill now for Keyboarder. Unfortunately, the turret and the damage from Tristana not enough to finish off Hexmist, and it'll be a 2-for-0 in favor of Akuma in bot lane.
That was a really good play by Akuma. They're able to just catch out Blitzcrank and Tristana, who were just pushed a bit too far forward. Fortunately, their jungler was not anywhere nearby, so they failed to recognize the fact they were weak side and failed to recognize the fact that Olaf could be in the vicinity, and they paid for it with their lives. Both supports are still level 5. They have no ultimate yet. They've just been roaming all over the place.
CS difference, we talked about them on top lane, but we also see a 25-26 CS difference in the jungle in favor of Hex Mist on the Olaf, but now Tendy pushing in. No Ego only Elo, just needs to land one more vital bow. Beautiful unstoppable force, he's locked. Oh! It's a trade. Well played by No Ego. Woo. It's 1-for-1 there. Good. At least you died, but at least you didn't die for free.
Yeah, honestly, that's what more could you ask for if you're the Malphite. And you're giving more farm over to the Olaf here, but at least it recognizes that Boar will still be able to get a lot of plays for himself, so nothing too bad, even though he did give his life first. It was a 1-for-1, but the fact that Tendy's able to relieve pressure for the bot lane is huge.
Yep, 3 plates have been claimed by the bot lane. Boar is sitting on about a 500 gold lead. Tendies sitting on, 700, 800 gold as well. But Hex Mist is up on Meristematic, 2,000 gold. And that was something you'll have to keep your eyes on for the rest of the game.
Oh,
Gore Drinker
Olaf
completed.
is going for the Gore Drinker instead of the usual Stridebreaker that I see a lot of Olafs take nowadays. Instead, I think Hexmix realizes that he is kind of sort of the win condition in a sense. Oh wait, No Ego.
There's a flash. Ultimate used by Tendies and forces the flash out of No Ego, only Elo. So hey, you got the flash. Ooh, big pog.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So back what I was saying, Hexmith realized that he is kind of the win condition. He has to be the one snowballing, and he has the most resources on hand right now. Olaf definitely has the tools to do that. Post 25 minutes, it'll be a lot harder. So I really want to see Hexmith really push his lead further as much as he can, as much as possible. I want to see him diving under turret with this Olaf, getting all the kills, especially since that's the Gore Drinker to keep his health up.
Yep. Rift Herald goes over to the side of middle 6. That's going to be Meristematic claiming it. Still has time to try to rotate down, possibly for this Cloud Dragon as well. Hexmist is staying on top of it as we speak. It will be started up. And middle 6 haven't really taken any positions to show they want to contest this. And they will not.
They definitely don't want to contest this. Olaf is just too strong right now. Nunu is below 2 levels currently, and just far and away does not have the gold. Look at him. He doesn't even have his mythic item close to completed. No body center yet. He has to go for the Ninja Tabby / Baited Steel Caps in order to try and catch up at least damage wise. And this is just the thing between the farming junglers and the ganking junglers that Nunu kind of is right now. Even though Nunu can farm, it's very hard to keep up with someone with fast clear speed like the Olaf when you only really have single target damage as a Nunu.
Yep. Wing Nation forced to blow Flash defensively to get away from Fluke's root, which would have put him in prime position to get pounced on by Hexmist on that Olaf. So he's been using that summer spell for the next 5 minutes. Now going to chunk down. Tendies might square off with Hexmist here in the jungle. Elo is coming to back him up. Does have ultimate ready, but does not have flash. Hexmist continuing the chase. Undertow's connecting over and over. Parallel coverage comes out. Wing Nation trying to zone. In goes Tendies. Ragnarok is popping. He's backing away smartly, denying any vital procs in the bot lane. There's action. Systematically for a gank. Bomb will go off onto Fails. He survives. Tendies does not up in the top jungle. It's a 1-4-0 up in the top in favor of Akuma, and it cannot be answered in the bot lane.
Yeah, they should at least be able to get the turret for themselves, though, right? First turret should drop by in the middle of it. Phil6 Win Nation though, he is in trouble. He is in big trouble.
So low. There's going to be the chrono break. He's going to get away or not because the root will land here. Fluke does have the empower Q. Flashes forward with the auto. And will secure that solo kill. But now here comes Maristamatic. He wants to make him pay. Root will come out. Hope now trying to get position. Will not land the hook. Minion. Woo. And if he had landed, I think that would have been turned. But now Fluke looking for another root flash. Flash Blizzard coming through. Fluke stays alive with the help of Fail and gets the kill as well. Now Tendy's in the top lane, getting pounced on by Hex Mist and No Ego. Only Elo Ragnarok pop. Not enough from Tendy's coming through. There's a kill. And well, the first turret with all plates was claimed by the side of Middle Six in the bot lane. Things have fallen apart for them in the top and mid lanes.
Yeah, dang. Fluke is making this Karma look like an AP carry, not an enchanter, and he's just doing so much damage. He's so far ahead of the Echo right now when it comes to kills, when it comes to items. It's just Middle Six, they're just far behind right now, and I think that Akuma do know where to target. They know that they have to take down Tendies to draw as much attention onto him as possible. And this Malphite and this Olaf, they're just so sticky. It's hard to be able to 1v2 them when they have so much CC. Fiora can only parry one thing, and she has to be able to parry the Malphite ult. If not, then Olaf can just go to town with her. There's not really any stuns that they have to worry about that they can get parried besides the Malphite ult, and they can just run her down completely, even under turret, especially with how far Olaf is right now.
Yep, and then not even under turret. We saw in that fight up in the upper in the top river coming through. Fiora ultimate was used on Hexmist. He popped Ragnarok, and he immediately just ran away from Tendies in a straight line, denying any vital procs to him and allowing his teammates to finish off the kill. See action in the mid lane. Fails with the ultimate and the knockup. It's Boar and Hulk. The dynamic duo Chains of Corruption will land onto Hulk. He will die, but Boar gets away safely. Another kill now going over to the side of Akuma. And when things look good for Middle Six early, things are suddenly starting to shift.
It's just the mid game, you know. Akuma is just overpowering them in this mid game, and look at the CS difference between Nunu and the Olaf right now. Olaf is almost 70 creeps up on this Nunu. There's so much damage and fails. Okay, he has to be careful there.
Boris Force Flash in the mid lane going in. Keyboard does not have the damage to finish him off. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Tendies was jumped on. He's going to get away. And map pressure is very much going over to the side of Akuma Blades now. But in the meantime, as I say that, we have a gank in the bottom lane. Fluke getting pounced on by both Maristamatic and Wing Nation. But what an ensemble force coming through for No Ego only. Elo shut down. 900 gold going over to Wing Nation on the Echo. We have action in the top as well. No Ego only. Elo will finally get the kill onto Wing Nation. And in the meantime, things are going on opposite sides of the map. Okay, Tendy just got a kill onto No Ego only. Elo answering those kills in the bottom. In the meantime, somebody died up top, and there's a buster shot coming through from the Tristana. Okay, I can't keep track of everything that's going on. And now we have there's a gank now in the mid lane. Maristamatic trying to stay on top of Keyboarder. Keyboarder flashes defensively to ensure he's not rooted. He's going to get away. 17-10 score.
Oh my gosh, Olaf though, he's waiting in ambush.
Yep. Bushwhack coming through. Maristamatic will catch the brunt of it for now. But look at that damage coming through from Boar. But Gore Drinker keeps Hexmist alive. But no! The Kraken Slayer. Boar gets the kill. And this dragon is open for the taking for the side of Middle Sticks.
Okay, Middle Sticks, they're able to get a lot of tempo back for themselves. This game is not falling in favor just because of the mid game. Olaf tried to 1v2. Unfortunately, I think Maristamatic just survived for far too long using his consume in order to get more health from the Olaf. And then Olaf had to change targets towards Tristana, or else he would die. And there was just not enough time to kill her before he went down. So I thought they were doing really well by 2v1ing, or at least outnumbering the opponent whenever they go for an attack. But that just did not go well. Nope. At that point, Olaf by himself, he can't 1v5 like that. He needs support.
Yep. Well, no grievous wounds. Oh, no, we do see some. Only grievous wounds is a Executioner's calling, or is it calling? Let me double check that. Executioner's calling coming out from Hexmist on the Olaf. So I'm assuming that's targeting the Fiora Tendies. So yeah, they're very much focusing on Tendies this game. We've seen him get killed a couple of times. over on the top side of the map. And speaking of the top side of the map, Rift Herald will be claimed by the side of Fiddlesticks.
My question is, what will their answer be towards this Tristana? Is the question.
Yeah.
Olaf needs to be able to get to her, but Olaf is also trying to itemize things to go against Fiora, and it may come to the point where Boar and Attendees will be the dynamic duo that will be the one to carry this game, while Wing Nation is basically being a nuisance as an Echo should be in the backline. And Merismatic, he just has to be the meat shield. He's the one who's supporting. He's the one who's giving his life for the cause right now, and he has definitely the tools to do it, especially on this Nunu. And he can bait out so many things. He can use his consume to heal up if he gets targeted. He can use his ultimate to get a shield and slow everyone down. So Middle Six is somehow bringing together, but they have to do this as a team. They have to be able to fight together, even though they're at such a big deficit right now. It's still possible, even though they're outmanned in skill, but teamwork, they're doing really well with it.
And there it is. We need to see the same level of team play coming out like we saw last game, and we're seeing it here. Sure, all eyes are on Attendees. He's on paper their big player, but once again we're seeing some nice plays coming out from the bottom lane. Hulk moving forward, the keyboarder gets wind of it. He's gonna back away. Let's know Hook land. Rift Herald was popped in the mid lane. Just a single charge got off. Not able to take that T1. Turrets are 3-1 in favor of Akuma Blades.
Yeah, definitely. All right. So things still pretty. I'd say they're even. Akuma Esports is in the lead, but that's what happened last time.
Yep.
We saw a match between for Middle and the Fiddle. Oh, they're going in. They're playing as a team. Oh no, the miss!
Here comes Fails. He will catch one with the charm. No knockup coming through just yet. It misses. It only connects on Mercematic. In goes Tendy's trying to stay on top of this. Oh, a parallel convergence. Blizzard comes out. There's a shutdown. It's going to be Tendy's taken down. Keyboarder. Wing Nation will find the kill onto Fails. And just as we were talking about one team being in the lead and Middle Six mounting a comeback last game, we're getting a sense of deja vu.
Yeah, definitely. All right. What can they do now? Let's think. There are no objectives on the map that they can do. So those are just the kills that they'll be able to take for themselves. It was a 1 for 2. Good job. Hulk kind of messed up the first engage, but it's okay. They were able to get the target in the end. Keyboarder is absolutely the one they should be fight. And Merismatic, he has to be careful here.
On double force misses. Boar now looking for opportunity to not go back in because he doesn't want to take the fight against a fed Karma and a fed Olaf. But at least that's Malphite ult out of the pocket now. You know he's not going to have that for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, he should still have it in time for the fight. Fluke is still doing his damnedest to be the one true carry on this team, and he is doing well. It's just that you're a Karma. You can't really be doing. You can't really, put the team on your back with this pick. Oh, instead you're gonna go for the Baron. I like this. I like this power play a lot, and we'll see what Fiddle can do in order to counter this. I don't think they're aware actually. So Akuma finding a blind spot in Middle Sticks vision line here. They're gonna get away with this.
Yep, and all the Middle Sticks are kind of hanging out over on the bot side of the map. A sneaky Baron call will pay off in the end, despite it being a rather long Baron take. It is taken, and suddenly the pressure is now getting put on. The pressure has been on the side of Middle Sticks so far this game, but now it's just mounting even further.
Man, Middle Sticks are pushing this Akuma to the limit here with the plays that they're willing to make around the map. So another ambush is laying in wait for them. The Baron does go down to them, so the gold lead still stays at a relatively even 3,000 like we've seen before. But they have to do a lot with this Baron. They have to do a bunch of this Baron. They need to be taking towers. They need to be extending this gold lead. But the ambush is here. River Control goes to the side of Middle Sticks. Oh wait, they're able to see.
Blue would spotted them in the pixel bush. Merismatic sends out the snowball as it's a hook, but here comes on top of force. It's gonna catch 2 in the knockup. Wing Nation trying to get in the backline thing on top of the bear. Double kill for Hex miss on the Olaf. Things are looking bad for Middle Sticks. Tendy's caught in the middle of it all. He is gonna fall. Triple kill for Hex miss. And Bora and Wing Nation are forced to run for the hills. Mountain Drake will be taken by the side of Akuma Blades on the end of a one-sided teamfight win.
Yeah, that was definitely good from them. Oh wait, Wing Nation, he's not done.
Good. He got Wing! Wing Nation with a beautiful parallel convergence. Phase dive, absolutely rude. Dragon Steel.
Oh my gosh, he got them out. They're on soul point. Now Akuma, they have to be the ones to they have to get these tier 2 turrets to make at least objectives a lot worth it for them. But that's not supposed to happen. They're supposed to be. No words, I guess, and they didn't expect the steal to happen. Wing Nation, absolutely. This guy just.
Yep, there's another big play by him down in that Dragon Pit. We saw him on the Swain last game, absorbed a bunch of pressure there, and now on the Echo, despite being behind on his compared to his lane counterpart, he's still able to pull a trick out of his hat. Beautiful Mountain Drake steal.
Even Akuma weren't prepared for that. That was amazing. They were only able to get one tower too. They're only able to get one tower too, so it could have been a lot worse for the side of Fiddlesticks. The fact that they're able to just stall that out, and the steal from Wing Nation keeps them in this game. This is such a valiant attempt by them. As the late game is coming. Oh my gosh, Wing Nation. He's starting to get dangerous. This Echo is starting to get dangerous.
So yeah, we've seen that Fluke was constantly poking away Wing Nation, bullying him out of lane. But hey, Wing Nation is saying, catch me outside of lane. How about that? I can get on you. I got that electrocute. He doesn't have a Lich Bane. He went for the natural suit ahead of that. But he's still able to put out so much damage with that quick burst.
Echo can just be so sticky. He can just be on you and very hard to be able to catch him. He was able to get away in the last team fight too, because of his ultimate Chrono Shift. And the parallel convergence is keeping him alive for so long. And whoa!
Ragnarok pop on.
I don't know about
this, but look at that damage coming through from Boar. Charm, knockup. That might be the end of it. Chain of Corruption will land. Yes, that's the end. Boar and Hulk falling. So a proactive play coming up from Hulk. Hulk, he wants to lock somebody down, but fails with a beautiful shield ultimate knockup chain. Locks down Boar, and suddenly the base is for the taking for the side of Akuma Blades.
Oh, they're going for it?
Chrono Break early. Mercymatic in the backline trying to keep Hexmist at bay. Tendi's brought low out in front. He's going to be forced to back away. Mid turret inhibitor falls. Mid inhibitor itself likely to follow soon. The Hexmist is forcing the issue here. Wing Nation going through. He will find the kill. Ragnarok pop. That snowball's not going to knock him up, but Tendi's with a big TP flank. It's not enough. He's going to get chain completely locked down. He's in the middle of it all. 1v4, he can't do it, but Boar got a shutdown onto Hexmist, and that's not good for the side of Kuma. 600 gold, a 900 gold kill, but now what is okay? But Mercymatic just died down in bot river or down bot jungle.
He used the flash.
Down in bot jungle to X-Fluke. Boar tried to find a kill onto fails, flashed offensively for it, but wasn't able to secure it.
All right, that moment that Hulk pulled into Olaf led to a lot of things happening. The base is now wide open for Akuma Esports. They got that in the bag for themselves. I don't think Hulk should have done that. Yeah. This guy toes the line between being absolutely brilliant and absolutely int. I have to say, one of the most coin flippy players I've ever seen. But it works out a lot for Middlesticks, right? They've been able to do so. They've been able to do a lot on the back of Hulk's plays. But that, I don't think he should have attempted something like that, especially when this Olaf is over 4 levels ahead of your AD carry. And you don't have your Echo to help burst him down. If Echo was there, then it probably would have been a different story. But Hulk was just too eager on the trigger there.
Yep. And talking about Hexmist, let's take stock of where he is. 240 CS, Gore Drinker, Black Cleaver, Stair's Gauge, Chem Punk Chainsword, and Lucidity Boost completed. Mercymatic still got 14 CS and Sunfire Aegis. In the meantime, we have action in the bot lane. Tendi's caught all by his lonesome. Fails to secure the kill, however. Not exactly what we want to go to, but I'm sure they'll take a death on Tendi's either way. And this bot lane 2-2 turret. And what looked like a start of a comeback and fourth into the game.
Oh man, I think that play from Hulk was try to broke the camel's back, honestly.
Yep, Mercymatic trying to get away.
They could have possibly stalled until then, but yeah, it's kind of heartbreaking the way this goes. At this point, Akuma should be able to end the game right now. There's no one to really oppose them. Fiora and Tristana are both dead, and they're the ones that are dealing the damage. So
with 2 full waves, parallel convergence comes out. They want to make something happen at the very least. This will be Wing Nation trying to go in. Blizzard channeled by Mercymatic. damage. It's just some damage. No kills coming through. Hexen is still alive, finding under these turrets. Tendies is finally back in again to see if he can make something happen. Going in, trying to prop to the final. Hexen stays on top of him. Repulse comes out, blocks some stuff, but not enough. Wing Nation trying to dive and keep the dream alive, but it will die just as he does. War. His stats stay padded. They weren't able to pick up that final kill for the end. But with that, the Nexus going down. You're the winner of Runeterra Academy's first opening night weekly tournament is Akuma Blades.
That was such a nice game from them. Honestly, they're able to get the mid game rolling, even though there were some problems in the early game. They didn't let it phase them. They were able to continue to snowball using Hexsmith's lead, and they were just able to continue using that again and again and again. Sure, there were some mistakes from middle sticks that led to the game being broken wide open, and I think Akuma, it wasn't really due to their play there in the late game. They were just able to take the opportunity that was presented to them, but still good on them and good on to middle sticks for putting up such a big fight. It was a valiant effort, and they were very close to making a comeback in that game. It didn't work out. Sometimes, you know, if you have a playmaker support like Holt, sometimes he makes the pog play that wins you the game, and other times that can happen where where the most unfortunate circumstances happen. But well played from both teams, I'd have to say. Akuma Esports, they were just a bit better, I'd have to say, when it comes to moving around the map, when it comes to prioritizing their target, when it comes to playing together. It wasn't completely clean, as I have to say, but very good, especially coming from from people who are as skilled as they are.
Yep, for sure. And Hexsmith, definitely the hard carry of the game. 31,000 damage done by him, most on the Rift. So big plays coming from him. And I will say that jungle was the strong point for the side of Akuma. Unfortunately, it proved to be the weak point for the side of Middle Sticks. Able to apply pressure to that. As you can see, just item-wise, CS-wise, certainly a discrepancy in the jungle. But, you know, we saw plays try to come through by
I think they should have put Merismatic back on the Udyr. I think he would have done at least been able to keep up with the Olaf in order to get him, you know, not completely out of control, to keep them in the game right there. Nunu into Olaf, I just think you'll just fall too far behind. And look at that right now. Almost 120 CS up. Basically, Hexsmith Flame Horizon him in a sense when it comes to the jungle matchup. And Merismatic, I still think there are definitely improvements that he can do, but it was good from him to know where his team needed him to be. He was in the right places, but he just wasn't strong enough due to the jungle, due to the fact that he was just getting beat by Hexsmith's wallet, basically.
Yep. Yeah, well played by Middle Six, almost coming through there in the end. We would have loved to see two comebacks back to back come through from them. Waiting confirmation, I believe, whether or not. Well, no. Okay. That'll be end of it all. That was the grand finals we saw. Big congratulations to Akuma Esports. They're going to claim the lion's share of that $100 prize pool, with an additional $10 going to the MVP of the team. We have not received confirmation as to who that was. But
I think we're going to vote for it, but I'm not sure.
Oh, did we vote?
We'll have to ask. We'll have to ask Red. We'll have to ask Red. You know, he should know.
Production. Hello. You know, we need answers on interviews and MVP. Wait for that coming down the line. Yeah, big congrats to Akuma Blades. Well played by Middle Sticks, and a big thank you to all the teams that came out tonight to participate in this first weekly tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. Let's see. And we have word, the MVP of Akuma Blades is X-Fluke in the mid lane. We saw him do some big things on that Karma. You know, we were a little confused at first, saying, you know, the Karma got 3 kills early on. It's going to the Karma. But then all of a sudden, he built Luden's Tempest and was able to influence the game so much.
Now Hexsmith placed this guy into the whole night. There we go. Well, X-Fluke, you got your wish. You were the one that got the MVP. How do you feel? Very good stuff there, at least. With the Karma, impressive performance in that mid lane. And I do have to say, I do think MVP goes to the whole tournament, so probably that played a factor, not just this final game. I have to say, Hexsmith did do a lot of work, but I can see an argument for Fluke winning MVP.
Yep. So congrats to Akuma. and X Fluke for being MVP. And we have just received word. I believe we will be getting an interview, but it will be quite special because we will be bringing in the entirety of Akuma Blades to talk to them as they come in and join us. They're rolling in as I speak. Oh, wait for the 3 of them have joined. Are we waiting for your whole team, or will it just be you 3?
It'd probably just be us 3. I think 2 of them went to sleep, honestly. Or they
okay.
probably...
Yep. Hey, late night on Saturday, and it's finals week. Who can blame them? Okay.
Yeah.
First off, big congratulations, you guys, winning this first weekly tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. So we have Fails joining us, the support, keyboarder, the ADC, and your Discord name is different from your summoner name.
He's the
top laner. Top laner. Okay. No no ego, all elo. So yeah. Welcome, guys. Thanks for joining us tonight for the interview.
Yeah.
And so looking into that, I would like to ask this question first to No Ego, All Elo. We saw super heavy targeting of Tendies 2 that whole game, both in the ban phase of Champ Select and also you working with Hex Mist, diving him a couple of times. Was that the game plan from the start? You were saying we are going to take this guy down.
Oh no, not a chance. I was told that I was told to play rock and play weak side, just not to die. And then it just so happened that we were winning on other sides of the map, so made it a lot easier to make plays on the top side. But no, that was not the plan at all.
Okay, I see. Miles, feel free to jump in on the question anytime.
All right, I got a question. How do you feel about your enemy team's performance? Even though like a lot of them are lower ranks than you guys, they were able to pull up a decent fight. Do you have any words for your opponent?
That's any of us?
Yeah, any of you guys.
Let's see. I think the last team, they did pretty decently. Their top was like pretty good, so we made sure we would like focus him down a bit. That's why he did like do a bit of camping in the top lane, because we knew he was like the by far the best player, just rank wise and everything. But I mean, everybody else did pretty decently. Like what's it called? We had fun playing. I think a bit of fun for funning too, I guess.
Definitely. So Fluke, your performance in the mid lane, you made Karma really seem like a carry. How comfortable are you on the? Oh wait, sorry, it's not here.
No,
Fluke and Hexmith are not here.
Fluke and Hexmith are not here.
Dang.
Figures.
Fails, I thought you were Fluke because both of your names start with an F. So.
Oh yeah. No, that's all good.
All right. In that case, I'll give you guys a question in the bot lane. You guys decided to go for Lethality Varus. Did you guys really just go on a whim on that pick? You guys, or like, what was the thought process going into this matchup against Tristana?
Well, I mean, like, when you pick Varus, you can either go attack speed or lethality, so it's like a flex pick. That's why he's like super strong.
He's got the AP.
But in this game, they didn't really have like that big of a front line, so I just went lethality.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
That makes sense. Dad, you have any more questions you'd like to ask them?
Yeah, I should probably come up with one more something. So we saw X Fluke getting MVP of the tournament. Would you guys? I don't mean to tear any rifts between any of you, but would you guys all agree that he was, kind of the focal point for your team? Were there any other outstanding performances by any of your teammates or yourselves that you would like to highlight throughout the tournament?
I think everybody did really good. I mean, what's it called? He definitely did well in the mid lane, in all of our games. But I wouldn't credit one person to doing really good for us. I think everybody did.
I think we played well as a unit.
Mm-hmm.
I would honestly agree with that. You guys played super well as a team, and congratulations to you guys for winning the entire tournament. I hope the entry fee is waived for you guys, so good stuff. At least earning your way into the tournament easily, I'd have to say.
Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, thanks.
And on the tail end, before you guys leave, any shout outs you'd like to give out while you're here with us?
I'll do first.
Tomorrow's Mother's Day. Hint, hint.
I was literally gonna say I'd like to thank my mom. And,
you got it.
Well, I mean, it's not as funny now.
There's an easy one.
Damn, you got cucked.
I'm sorry.
Unlucky.
All right, shout outs to people in Akuma, anyone in Akuma. There's a lot of freaking people, I'm gonna be honest. And a special shout out to the man Goose. I know he's watching in chat. Mr. Coffee.
Also to my boy Zach. Thanks for watching the stream, buddy. Thanks for rooting us on. Appreciate it.
Alrighty. Thank you three very much for joining us here in the casting room. Once again, big congratulations for winning this tournament and getting the lion's share of that $100 prize pool. Well played to you and to all the teams tonight. That will be it for us here on opening night, first weekly tournament hosted by Runeterra Academy. Once again, my name is Tajigar Tatra Short. I was joined tonight by the spectacular Miles Davis. Thank you all for joining us. We had quite a crowd tonight. We do this for you guys primarily, and also for the players, because, you know, I'm sure they love being hyped up. So, yeah, once again, thank you very much for joining us. Catch us next week with the second weekly tournament at the same time, same day, hosted by Runeterra Academy. We hope to see you all then, and wishing you a very good night.
Time to get real. Motherfucker, I'm ill.
Welcome to the League